morning. Welcome to Banter with Richie B Live.
Somewhere beyond the beaten path, beyond the whispers in the woods and the stories around the fire, lurks one of the greatest mysteries of our time, Bigfoot. For decades, legends have echoed through the forests, footprints left behind, sightings that defy logic, and questions that demand answers. But this isn't just folklore. This is a call to investigate, to explore, and to uncover the truth. Banter with Richie B isn't just another show. It's a community, a movement, a hub for genuine research, real conversations, and boots-on-the-ground discovery. Every episode dives deep into evidence, expert interviews, field investigations, and the drive to seek what others say is impossible. If you believe in asking questions, if you're ready to get your boots dirty, and if you think the unknown deserves more than just a passing glance, then follow Banter with Richie B. Stay informed, stay sharp, and maybe, just maybe, be the one who finds the truth hiding in the trees.
I love you, baby Jack. I want you guys to keep climbing. I love you, Mama. Bojo's gonna get us out of here because that's what he does.
That's right. Nice meeting you all. Thank you for being on air. And yes, we are all of the phone. Let's go.
Good morning. Welcome to Banter with Richie B Live.
Near these huts,
Yep.
there is something going on here.
Behind us after. The trees were fucking moving everywhere. Yeah, bro. Goosebumps.
Maddox, you were with me. We looked this way. It was not like this.
Welcome to Banter with Richie B. Yo, what's up, everybody? Oh, yeah, that's right. He's back. Yeah, we've seen it for a while. Oh, I'm live. Look at that. Say hi, Wojo.
Hey, Wojo.
Hey, what is up, everybody? For some reason, I am extra fired up tonight. Could have been those rock stars. I have no idea. I don't advertise on this show. Anyways, back to you, Bob. Hey, listen, man, we got a kick-ass show lined up. We got a kick-ass month lined up. I got to tell you, man, we got a couple more to after these dudes. These dudes are here. That's what we're going to call them now, I think. These dudes. Hey, these dudes here. Doc Round TV is in the house. Woo! Let's go. I'm pretty fired up about that shit. Yeah, I got a big lipper in the night, and I don't really give a shit. So, yeah, so I'm going to bring Wojo right in, and we're going to get after it, okay? We'll do a little advertising, pop it off, talk about Doc Realm, and then we're going to get guests right in here, and we're going to talk about all kinds of things, man. That's the one thing I love about these dudes, man. They're so open-minded. They're down to earth. They're funny. They enjoy life. You can tell they enjoy what they're doing, except Joe. Joe's a little bit of a mystery, but we'll figure that out. You know what I mean? He just kind of sinks down in his chair. He's like, what? I was like, hey, man, what's up? He's like, what? What you want? We'll ask the other two about him. We'll figure this shit out. It's a mystery. So let's get Wojo in here, and let's get to getting. And we'll talk about my outfit in a short time. Don't worry. Very short time. Wojo, where'd you go, Wojo? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Here he is!
Rich, who's here tonight?
I don't even know their names. Steve, Mike, and Bob.
And they're from where?
Steve, Mike, and Bob's house.
Dark Realm
TV!
We're fearless, brother. We are over the bomb. Hello. Ooh, I'm pumping. Look what we got. We got some power tonight, baby. Let's go.
Oh
Sorry, I'm fired up. That's right. I'm talking loud. Yeah, my neighbors, they love me.
Oh, dude, I know your neighborhood's pretty tight, man. They like, what is that dude doing now? What is? Imagine if I hung out over your house all the time. What a mess.
Oh my,
What a yeah, right. What a freaking
yeah.
mess.
They'll
Let's
be
say
like,
hi.
what is this guy on? I go, he's just on live, baby. That's what we are on
Yeah.
live.
Yo, check it out, man. First of all, as you know, you can find us on Doc Realm TV. Finish it. Finish it. Every time I say Doc Realm
Rip
TV, you
your
gotta say it.
lips.
Doesn't matter when I say it. You always have to say it. Remember this.
I always rip your lips.
In the woods too the other day. I waited. I'm like, he didn't say it. I had to say it.
Because I'm hearing freaking something walking behind us. I get scared.
I know, but we got thousands and thousands of people watching our show.
I know.
So,
But when things are going on, Rich, it's with fear lives.
dude, I'm telling you, within the last month, less than a month, we've had over 80,000 views out in the woods. 80.1 thousand views, man.
A lot of work, man.
It's my feet feel every view, like I said in the group, right? The legs are just hurting. So, no, check us out. Go over to Doc Realm TV on every Roku television all over the world, every Amazon Fire Stick all over the world. Go get that, $4.99 a month. You're going to have all kinds of shit. And I am going to drag these dudes up here, because we are going to do exclusive stuff for them. I want to get out in the woods and just Doc Realm TV it, man. Doc Realm TV, banter, and chill. That's what that's all about.
Right.
Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all Bigfoot Banter with Richie B, and of course, YouTube. Hit that notify button so you know when we're going in the woods, when all the crazy shit happens. The structures we found yesterday, the biggest letter A I've ever seen. I'm going to pull that up at some point tonight in the show, and ask the guys about it. You know what I mean? Let's test some Bigfoot knowledge on these dudes. Let's see what they got. Yeah. After we find out about them, because I love sharing our evidence with our guests. But it's always about the guests too, you know what I mean? But I don't want to make it about us, but I kind of want their opinions. I want their thoughts and theories, right? And so it's important to share with as many people as you can, openly and freely, and see if you can get different insights. You know what I mean? So let's say hi to our family here. And that is what we got as a family, bro. That's right. Is our producer the first one in here tonight? All right, listen, producer. Listen, just like when you work somewhere, you can't be part of like the promotions. You can't be the first one in here, right? I mean, I feel that's fair, right? This guy Jay Lynch says, "Oh, I don't know who that guy is."
Yeah,
whatever.
I see it, cornbread. Hi, Jay.
We love you, cornbread. Kurt W is in the house.
W.
My sister, my love. I love you, Mary Newbert. You rock.
Hi, Mary.
Oh yeah. I tell you, I share the story with Mary Newbert a few times on this show, right? Right?
Yep.
Yeah, like when I was like next Sunday is 28 years sober for me, right?
Congratulations, man.
Oh, thank you, bro. Day at a time. We're not there yet. You always wait till the day, but thank you.
Yep.
Mary and her husband at the time, Steve, I had nowhere to go. I was homeless. And I'd go to their house and sleep on the couch or, cause a ruckus, I'm sure, at some point. You know what I mean? But yeah, Mary was always there for me. Always, always, always had an open door.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler 420, man. What's up, Tyler 420?
What's up, T?
Tyler's going to behave himself tonight.
That's right, Ty.
I had to give him a 10-second timeout last night.
Yeah, he overdosed on Fluffernutter.
Look at this. Oh, look at Denny, man. Check it, bro. Check it, bro. This is for you.
Boom.
Ella's Army, man. I got goosebumps, bro. Look at my hair standing up.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
What a gift. What's up,
it is
boy?
A gift.
He's in the tent tonight, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some hawk leaves. If you know, you know.
Yep.
Check it out. Bigfoot Dwarf. Always good to see him. Always love when he adds his insight when we're live.
Big D.
Big D? Whoa, bro. You trying to get us kicked off YouTube? Can't yell out Big D.
Well, Bigfoot Dwarf. I don't know. I just listen. I'll say whatever I want to say. Right. Big D is me.
All right. Yeah, dude, this studio is going to get so fucking turned upside down in less than 5
we're going to be like...
it's going to be a mess. Like, we're going to have to put down plastic. Seriously. Martin's in the house. Martin's got all kinds of things going on up there.
What's up, Marty? McFly.
You guys are tight. You get to call him Marty? I called him Marty once. He said, "Don't call me Marty."
He don't like you.
No, he told me it reminded him of the gym teacher. And the gym teacher used to make him turn and cough. And I said, gym teachers don't do that. And he goes, they don't? I said, uh-oh. 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 Uncle Marty. Turn and cough, Uncle Marty. Anyway,
great to see you, Martin.
So, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh,
we love you, babe.
You're going to make me cry, bro. I can feel it coming. Mm-hmm. So, Denny, you mind if I share just a little bit? I want Denny to come on the show and share a lot of the story that we have. We have an amazing story in connection with Denny. For me, it's been a gift and part of my healing with losing my son. I don't know if I can do this, dude. So,
excuse me.
I just wanted him to answer me if it's okay. So Denny lost his daughter to cancer, and she was 10, and her name's Ella. And I've been reluctant to bring it up without him because I don't want to set things off, you know what I mean? Because it does come with PTSD. So September is child cancer awareness month, right? Pediatric, as Denny said right there, awareness month. So I want you all to be aware of that. And it's a thing, you know what I mean? And people go through it and people feel it. And we believe that his daughter, Ella, brought Denny to us. And we believe that she knows Jack. So it's a whole thing. And when Denny comes on the show sometime, we'll share that remarkable story where there's no coincidences, and it'll blow your mind, because it still blows my mind. Right down to both of our friends. I posted, the Q44. Matt Quigley passed away in 2020.
Yeah.
And he had a heart condition, and he had a young family, and he's 38. He was 38. And I posted Q44, and he's like, what's that post about? So anyways, long story short, he's at the grave of his friend who played softball like Matt did, and his number is 44. So it was pretty wild, right, guys? So that's the story there. So get out your gear, whatever you got to do. Check out hashtag Ella's Army. Find out anything you can about it. Donations. They work very closely. Him and his wife work very closely with the Jimmy Fund. It's very important that we all work together and surround and support one another. Okay. So September is Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month. So be aware, please. Talk to people. You know what I mean? Reach out to people. Be a voice, be ears, listen. You know what I mean? I love Denny, man. Denny knows he called me 365 for life, man, 24/7. So I got through that part of it. I don't know if I'll get through when we sit down with him, because it's tough, because it does trigger things. But Denny, we're here with you. Your wife also, your other daughter also, we're here with you. You guys are not alone. We love that you were brought to us. We love that you're part of the family now. And thank you so much. And Ella, thank you.
Yep. Our brother, man, and Ella.
Yep. All right, cool. Let's do this, man. You guys want to meet the dudes behind Doc Realm? All but one, by the way. I'm BD. We're gonna have separately. He's like the Bobby Lee of Doc Realm TV. They work together with the tech stuff, right? And we're gonna have BD Morgan on. And he's Native American, so he's going to share a lot of stuff with us about Bigfoot and things like that. So I'm going to schedule him on the show. But these three here are kind of the out front face of the TV, Doc Realm TV. We appreciate them for having us on and welcoming us to Doc Realm TV. And it's been fun to be part of it. We don't get to hang out with them as much as I would like to, because of course we're all busy. And so let's get these guys in here. And let's have ourselves some fun, man. All right. Let's see. Who do I want first? Let's see. Ladies first. Hey! What's up?
There he is.
Oh, no. That's a guy. Hang on. Hey!
What's up, lady?
Yeah, well, it's 2025, bro. That's nothing unusual. Shut up.
Stop. I'm going to stretch her eyes out.
Stop it. Woo! Look at this setup. Look at them all.
Hey, you know what's funny is when you guys were saying, where's he at and what's going on? I was in the damn background. listening to all the stuff you guys were talking about.
Just
Bifoot.
riding the
Just
coattails.
remember that. Just remember that.
I was about
Glad
to
you were
say you're
listening.
outside the studio signing autographs and passing out T-shirts.
At
Well, I did.
Hollywood.
I'll be with you guys in just a minute. Just give me about a
He had
half
to,
hour,
he
45
had to go
minutes.
run in the backyard to
I'll
get
be.
away from the paparazzi.
Hey, you know what? It's tough, man. It's
It
tough,
is.
but
It
you know
is
what?
tough.
Somebody's got to do it.
No, 100%, man. Listen, this is long overdue, gentlemen. Long overdue. Boots on the ground is another thing that's way long overdue because we're super excited to be part of Dark Realm TV. We always are. And what's this? I realize who you are now. Oh, is that Sam?
Well, that's because I made the comment in the chat. I was like, "You mean gym teachers aren't supposed to do that?" And now I feel
Yeah.
so violated
Right.
or excited. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. My gym teacher would have got quite a surprise. I'll tell you that much. I would
Hey
have
guys, before we get going, the
Yeah.
stuff that you were talking about earlier, with the t-shirts and the hats, and all that. Dark Realm TV wants to donate $100. So if you can, let me know how we can do that to support what you guys got going on. So
Thank you very much,
Thank
man.
you.
message
you.
us,
Yeah.
message us, and so I can get the link or whatever. We want to give back as well. So
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And it was funny because it was just kind of impromptu. I had this wicked vibe about it tonight. And I remember I was thinking about it all day. And I went over to my, when my clothes just came out of the wash and stuff. And I'm going through them. And I'm like, I held it up and I went, oh my God. All right. That's what I'm feeling. So boom. And I talked to Wojo. I said, I'm wearing my gear tonight. And he's like, I'm in. And here we are. So no, thank you so much for that, man. Thank you so much for that gesture.
Yep.
Denny, if you're still out there, Denny, shoot me something on Messenger. So I can let them know exactly where they can donate to El Azami and cancer research, childhood cancer research. So thank you
heck
so
yeah,
much.
yeah. Well, we'll get some shirts and whatever. I'll probably wear the shirt. White doesn't usually look good on the big boy, but I'll
Yeah.
definitely wear it and support it for sure.
Hey man, if Ojo looks good in a kid, you're gonna have more paparazzi
Well,
than
you can only see
handle.
Woj from about here down, so
Yeah, there's a reason for that. I cropped that shit out on purpose.
right,
Like, oh, Wojo's here. Edit.
right. Let's frame him in.
Get him in there, man.
No.
Woj is
Thank
like
you.
me.
Thank you.
Woj is like me. Got a face for radio. I get it, brother. I get it.
Yeah, because it don't fit in the screen. Look at the size of that thing. Jesus. What the hell possessed you three to get together? And I know BD, so we're not forgetting him or leaving him out. I'm gonna have a show just for him, and you guys suggested it that he deserves his own show.
He needs his own show because
Yeah.
BD is just an amazing individual.
Yeah, I agree.
Full of a ton of different knowledge. And I think with having the three of us dimrods on here with him, we would definitely be taking a lot away from him. He needs his own spot with you guys because
Yeah.
he is absolutely amazing and actually pretty much the brains behind what makes Dark Realm TV work on a daily basis.
I feel that 100%. I do, and I've been blessed with my second producer, Sam. You can see on the side here. Sam's the one that makes your thumbnails and makes your guest commercial that we have, all that stuff. She's the one who does. She's so super talented.
And that was badass, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't that
was
badass? Well, you're
Yeah.
welcome. You're welcome to it as a guest. But like I tell everybody else as well, if you're out there and you want something like the guest commercial for your podcast or for whatever you might be doing, I don't know. You could whatever creative mind you have, Sam, you can reach out to, and that's what she does. So it's her business and her company, and that's what she does. And she'll make you up whatever you want. She might make you up 2 or 3 different versions. See which one you like. But you gotta pay up, sucker.
Right.
Yeah, fool.
Right, exactly. Hell yeah.
Yeah, she's badass. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. Benno's here for all the way from Australia. Let's see. That's gonna be bagging on him by next summer. Hell yeah, that's right. Wojo's working on it, man. He's looking slender. And we've run him in the freaking ground. Have you seen our lives are constant, man? We've been banging out our lives like crazy. And yeah, man, I can't help but not get chubby again. I'm just like dwindling away mile after mile. I think the other day it was 2.5 miles, one of the ones we just did. But absolutely insane. But the woods just keep you going, man. The woods were just like little kids. Every time you turn a corner, there's another treasure. You're like, what in the hell's going on out here? You know?
That's the way Joe is too. He's a hell of a woodsman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Joe ain't doing it, is he?
Don't ask
He's-
me. Yeah.
Joe's like baby Yoda. We got to put him in the backpack and then we take him out in the woods.
He taught Daniel Boone everything he knew.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So what is Joe? What is it? You don't like the woods? Is that what's happening?
I am strictly a city boy. I don't.
Are you afraid of what might be in the woods?
Hell
Tree
yeah.
crew in Brooklyn.
Spiders. I
Did you
don't
say
like spiders.
You don't like spiders.
You
I
like
like
Dubs on Goonies? I hate nature.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. I
So
am
the other
not-
day, you're gonna like this. The other day we were researching and there was some commotion in this area, so we went to follow up on it. And I had my phone out, and I'm, you get distracted. I took one step. You know those beautiful web spiders, and the spider sits right in the middle of it. Hey, right in the nose, dude. I hit it dead center, went around my head, and I felt spider's ass on my nose.
Dude, the paramedics would have found me right there.
Yeah, I was like, come on. I was like, come on, girl, twerk it. Get that little spider booty going, girl.
No, sir.
Dude, you would have loved that. That would have been sick. So,
Dude, I don't even like daddy long legs. Like,
really.
piss on that. No.
No, yeah,
You
we
want-
got
You
some
want to hear a
filming.
grown man scream like a little bitch.
I do.
Get me around a spider.
We just want to see you in a Spider-Man costume. That's what's going on. That's what Richie's been playing. Get out in those
Well,
woods.
Yeah,
Folks,
you know
on
what's up.
Sundays over at OnlyFans. Oh,
Wow.
Uh,
Well, that just got good.
sorry, bro.
Jason-
Let me throw you under the bus
Jason
like that.
better get the checkbook out tonight.
Hey, brother, this ain't my show. Richie's got to get the checkbook out. He had us on, so
Yeah. Time to pay up,
That's right.
sucker.
That's right.
So let
for
me do
once,
this.
for
Go ahead,
once
Jake.
it's not our. Well, I was gonna say for once it's not our show, so I don't have to get the checkbook out.
That's true.
Those guys got to get the checkbook out.
Yeah, I know it. They're like, what do we do now? Someone actually invited us to their podcast. I'm so confused.
I know it never
Right.
happens.
Hey, listen, you got to understand one thing. When you guys go live and you do your thing. Well, Jason, not so much lately. But anyways, that's a whole different story.
Oh, I got something for you.
Yay! We got a fisherman here. No, it's a lot. It's a lot. And when you bring the energy like you guys do, and then me and Wojo have our energy, like that's what I was saying. I was sitting there thinking, oh my god, every topic's gonna be everywhere. So I'm like, so I gotta like reel it in. You know what I mean? And try to maintain it. So a lot of people probably don't know how to handle. Well, for one, 3 guests at once, right? And then 3 guests that have so much going on because there's so much I want to ask you guys and find out, right? And
Well, Stuart,
actually-
you got the list of questions that we don't answer or anything, right?
Yeah,
you got that. You got
that's the-
that list.
that's the bro. You already sent me a picture. Relax. I know exactly what it looks like. So anyways,
You got multiple pictures, right? Because I
Yeah.
sent multiple.
no, that was Jay. He sent me like 82 selfies. He wanted me to
okay.
post them for him to make
Different
sure
angles.
you look. Yeah, you want to make sure you look
Right.
good. Yeah, there it is.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about. Oh, let's see. Area smart, something like that. So yeah, so my thing is this: when it comes to you guys, and I don't research nobody ever. Everything's organic. I just ask the questions. The show takes on its own identity. I don't try to force any issues. And I start thinking, and for me as a person, say I'm sitting with you guys, and you're at an event, and you're at a Dark Realm event. Now, I want to see the TV stuff or the app and all that, how it works, and all the stuff that's on it. But in my mind, and it's always been like this my whole life. How do you 3 become friends? And then we'll add BD in a minute. But how do you 3 become friends? Like, how does who is there an initiator here? Is there a middleman? Did you grow up together? I mean, it doesn't.
Sure.
Joe looks like he's 12, it's just because of his height. But but you know what I mean. Like, how does that happen? Does anybody want to take the lead on that and tell me how
It's
that
all
happened?
Joe's fault.
We'll let the old man in the group
That's
tell
Jay.
how that happened.
Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah.
It's all Joe's fault.
Jay.
It's 100% Joe's fault.
No.
I met Joe 16, 17 years ago. Went to an open investigation at a location. He was there hosting it. I was not even skeptic. I was a disbeliever altogether. So I was dismissive as all get out. We sat on the front porch until like 7:30 the next morning. Him and the other guy that's with him, a good friend of ours, Brian Hensley, asked me a question. So if you say you don't believe in this stuff, I said, well, I've never seen any proof of it. He goes, so you hunt and fish? I said, yeah. He goes, so you go fishing all day and you don't catch any fish? I said, it's happening. He goes, so now fish didn't exist because you didn't experience them. And that opened up my mind. And Joe and I became quick friends, and we've stayed in contact. And about 3 weeks later, Jason came to the same location because it was open for investigations to be booked and stuff. And Jason had booked it to come in and investigate. And I got so involved then that I was there every single weekend with any team that would allow me. And I got so wrapped up that I actually moved into the location for almost 5 years and helped with all the investigations. And we just kept in contact and kept learning from one another, kept asking questions. And that's one of the things that we've always done, all three of us. We work with people. We want people to ask questions, whether they're new in the field, been in the field for years. We're all about helping and learning from each other. And that's how it all started. And we continue that and just keep it on going. Best beard. Thanks, dude. I never had time. I had a good beard. I like that.
Oh, my God. Jesus.
Oh, big sexy.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Getting that Santa Claus beard going because I'm getting old and fat.
What do you mean getting?
Oh, my God. Ouch.
Joe, you took the words out of my mouth because I was just getting ready to say getting, and you were like getting. I'm like, yeah. Uh-huh.
Listen to the kid over there.
God punished him, I'll tell you.
Said, listen, the kid over there lost 200 pounds. Show off.
Yeah.
Little skinny wench.
I know. We're going to get to that part about you because I thought of that as well. I've been through all that, not that at that magnitude, but it's been brutal, like with weight loss and things like that. And it's crazy, man. I get up to 248 or above. I have to go on heart medicine. I had grandfathers who died on both sides of my family of massive heart attacks. So I went on high blood pressure medicine, and then I went on a sabbatical. I went to 207, and I was like, nope. And now I'm like high 220s. I'm making sure I go down. You know what I mean? But no, that's great, man. So
no, shit. I was 400 at one time.
400, yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, no, I'm going to get to that absolutely because it all, like I said, I love Doc Round TV. I love all you do, but when I start talking to people, I want to know you guys personally, right? It's important to me. I can read somebody like when we started talking about, Banter Richie B being on Doc Realm. I like even Jay, I picked up right on like how you guys will like us, like what Jay just said. And everybody on the side will vouch for this. Wojo and I are all about questions, all about doing all that respectfully and just having a good time. And that's really how you can learn things and find things, research things. That's how you do it, right?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
So Joe and Jay, how do you find Jason?
Jason came to that same location and we kind of met up. And then, of course, I was the middleman then. I introduced those two. And we've just, like I said, over the years, we've just always supported one another. I'm in Southern Ohio. Joe's in Northern Ohio, or Jason's in Northern Ohio. Joe's out in Wisconsin. But we all bounce things off one another.
You'll have to excuse him. He's old.
Yeah, I'm feeble too.
That was some old ass delivery right there. He's in son of a bitch in get off my lawn.
I'm an old hillbilly. So I'm an old hillbilly. So you look at it and say, well, Joe's out yonder and Jason's on up here, one of the northern aggression people that doesn't like the southern people. So, but I did do all that.
That's not true.
Yeah. No,
so Jason, were you coming into this group? Were you a skeptic or were you an investigator?
So I've always pretty much been a skeptic. I've got almost 30 years of law enforcement experience, so I bring that to investigating and that to the team as well. But I've always been more skeptic, and right along with Joe. Joe actually created his whole thing with Skeptical Edge. So we all want to figure things out. We always have questions. We always delve into why this happened or why this did this or why this did that or why you had this experience or whatever. But we just all clicked. I mean, we did. We all clicked years ago, and we've just stuck by each other. We've all been through the ringer. We've all been drugged through the mud 100 damn times because we don't play the games. We don't, we're not on one side or the other. We're just doing our thing. we stick together, and you know, it's a brotherhood. Honest to God, it's a brotherhood, and that's why we've done this. And it's kind of funny because Joe's been doing podcasts. He did professional radio for a while. Jay's been doing podcasts forever and a day. That's why I ride these guys as coattails, because I really wasn't doing the podcast that much. Jay and I started a podcast years ago, and we were like, who do we want to have on for our first guest? Like, you know what? Let's bring Joe on. We'll have Joe on for our guest, and we'll just, we'll start there. Well, Joe's been on the show ever since the first guest. He just became the third guy on the show, and we just ran with it. So that's why we started doing Stirring the Pot and Dark Room Radio and all that. Is just we push the envelope, we push each other. We're not afraid to answer any questions. We're not afraid to have any guest on. We're not afraid to have anybody on that wants to talk on different topics and whatever, whether it be political stuff, religious stuff, all the taboo shit. Well, oh, am I allowed to say that? I'm sorry.
Shit, yeah.
All right.
Talking about the Godzilla 3000.
Right. I mean, and we do. I mean, we do. We play off of each other. We do a lot of different fun shit together. We raised a lot of money for a lot of different things, eating challenges. When we travel and do conventions, we donate stuff. We bring Bodine the Bigfoot. We bring Dougie the Dog Man. We made a whole Jezebel, which is Annabelle's third lost cousin from Kentucky. We found her in a shitter. Now she's our shitter house demon. We travel all over the place with a lot of different things, but always, always, always having fun, bringing laughter, bringing comedy, bringing all that to every place we go. And honest to God, we just have a good time. We're that's what we're all about. Being there for the kids, being there for families.
These guys
Go ahead,
brought
brother.
me back into the field.
Yeah.
I had walked away from this shit show
No, you ain't.
years ago. Shut up, I did. But
he did. Well, his walk is like because he's 4'3", so his walk is kind of like a really fast.
Yeah. He saw a spider at the location.
Right.
That's what happened. He's like, ah! Right?
Well, ask him what location and whatever brought him back into it.
Yeah, well, and I walk, I've been doing paranormal since 2000. And early on in the years there was a lot of shit, a lot of the whole paranormal turf wars, and you can't go to this location because that's our team's location. And back in the day I'm a lot more reserved. I was one of the bad boys of the paranormal because I didn't care. I'd call you out. I would say whatever. I don't know how I've never been banned from anything like Jason does, but and I just finally got too tired of it. And so I walked away, and I did go and help someone up in Wisconsin on one little case at a location that I had been previously. And then I was like, all right, cool. I'm done, whatever. And get talking with these two knuckleheads, and they were putting on an event out in Toledo at the Collingwood Arts Center. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go hang out for the weekend, go see my buddies, and those bastards. And here I am again. Like, so like I was so content too, man. Like, I mean, because I was to the point, now my kids are grown. But, my kids growing up, I was never around. I mean, I was gone 3 weekends a month, traveling anywhere from Salem, Gettysburg, all over. And don't get me wrong, it was a lot of fun. Met some great people, fought with a lot of great people. The whole that kind of stuff.
It's called a mockery by some people.
Yeah, I've been called a mockery by quote friends and stuff, and that's fine. Eat shit and die. But
he's got a shirt designed about the mockery. Tell him about that.
Yeah,
Joe.
I did. I designed a shirt because of this person, and it's kind of like the Jack Daniels logo, and it's Skeptical Edge TV making a mockery in the paranormal.
True story, Joe. I almost wore it tonight.
You should have. but yes, I went out there for the weekend, hung out with them. Fell in love with the location, had an experience at said location, and here I am.
That was it. You were back in it.
Here I am.
Isn't it crazy how that passion gets triggered? And it gets triggered in different levels. For me, when I had my experience in my backyard, over and over and over and over and over again for years, and it kept happening and kept happening, and I had a gifting stump, the whole 9 yards, trying to communicate everything. And I was already passionate. But then, when I lost my son at 22, after going through some grieving time, I was kind of like, you got to get up and fight or die type of feeling. So I was like, he's watching me right now. I got to get up. So I got up and I started a podcast. I called Bobby Lee, said, I want to start a podcast. And she was so pumped. And everything got thrown together. Next minute I was in front of the camera going, hi. Like it was just that fast. And I realized when I got done with my first podcast, man, I had that rush, that adrenaline rush that you get, like, because I did Paranormal. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but I had a team for 10 years, and it was all family members. And we used to go out and do all kinds of, like, around the local area for people, and we practice in the cemetery. Then we go to people's houses when we got a call, all that stuff. And, thank you, Benno. And then, the passion went up a different level, right? Like I came off the screen, and I was like, yeah, that was friggin', like I got it out. Like I told everybody I believed in Bigfoot. I told him he was in my back, running around my backyard, I finally said it, I didn't have to sleep with it in my head anymore, and then all of a sudden it was like, all right, what do I do next? And then boom, I hit the woods. That's what I do next. Boots on the ground, right? Bang, right? Then I get a co-host, bang. Then I'm in the woods with my co-host, who's now my researching buddy. Bang, we're all and the passion just keeps going click, 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 click. And then you realize this is it. This is part of my life now. It's a part of my life, like my favorite color, my favorite car, my favorite music. This is a part of my life. And it's like, I love it. I got all the people on the side. I love them guys. Like everybody, they come out with us in the woods. They're all researchers in their own right. Just by looking through the camera. You know what I mean? It's friggin' awesome. No, that's awesome. I'm glad you guys got together. So when Dark Realm TV comes up, you guys sit down and say, hey, we got to go to another level, like kind of like what I just explained to you? Because that's what I went to another level with. What are you laughing at? Were you guys naked when you talked about it?
No, it's
Well, yeah, but
naked in a bin
And
bag
drunk.
eating Cheetos.
Oh, Cheetos. All right, that makes sense.
So?
Yeah. Yeah. So what?
Dark Realm it came around over a long period of time because in the paranormal, as you well know, and in the cryptid fields, if you want to get on certain networks and all that stuff, you have to have so many followers. You have to have this views, all that stuff. And we've always heard all these years what we were doing. Jason for over 20, Joe for over 20, me for about 16, 17. I wish there was a place that I could put my stuff. I wish there was a place I could get with my things. And it was always, Joe actually got invited to join another network that's out there, and they found out that he didn't have enough followers or viewers, so they told him no after they invited him to join.
These guys actually sought me out and approached me, and I won't say who they are.
No,
Thank you.
Don't worry, Jason. I'm being
Thank you.
Yeah, there's a lot of lube involved.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Tons of lube.
Yeah.
We're talking about we're talking about the paranormal, right?
Parallel.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
It's like
Yeah.
the Olympics, but different.
they
And I like
sought me out.
I like old flicks. I like old flicks when you sit around and watch them. Never mind. Go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
They
Bro. I'm sorry, bro.
Back to the lube, Joe. Back to the lube.
back to the lube. So, but no, like people came out, asked me about it, and I was because at the time I was doing some YouTube stuff here and there, and I was like, all right, well, how many followers do you have? And I'm like, 3,
geez, so gross.
type of thing. And it turned into, well, have you been on TV?
Oh, okay.
No, America's Most Wanted, but that's about it, right?
Right.
So,
can't
I'm like,
confirm or deny that episode.
I'm like, does Pornhub count? Like,
It
but
does. Yes.
Stunt
Yes,
cock.
it does.
What?
Stunt cock.
Fluffer.
Whee!
So yeah, right.
What a landing.
So I went back to these guys and I'm like, hey man, catch this shit,
Yeah.
And it just kind of like, you know what? Screw it. Let's do it.
But
Like we had talked about it for years.
Yeah, we've been talking about it for 4 or 5 years, and we decided that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
And like Jay said, we've been doing conventions for years. And you know, we've met every level of investigator, filmer, whatever you want to call it.
YouTuber, whatever.
Yeah, and everyone was like, "Man, I wish, you know, I wish we could, you know, film our stuff and put it somewhere, but we've never been on TV and we don't have this and that." And it's like, yeah, I know it sucks. And then we did that for years. And then, like I said, with this, we were finally like, you know what? Let's just shit or get off the pot.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's great. And did you need to go looking for a tech guy, or did you already know who BD?
Oh, we already knew BD, but Joe was starting out as our tech guy.
Yeah. And then
Joe
so
was?
I was like, okay, you know, I do all this streaming stuff and whatever.
YouTube and-
Did
and
you need a step stool to get to the computer?
I did.
Stack of books.
You see, you don't know it right now, but right now his feet are doing this in his chair.
And they are, damn it. But
Yeah.
anyways,
So he could never be in an episode of Boots on the Ground unless we actually took him out of the backpack and
Yeah.
put him down.
Ouch. No offense. Go ahead. That everything makes everything better. Hey, F you. No offense. That's crazy. So you were in charge of the tech, and then you probably with this stuff I noticed you get to a level that you gotta no, again, no offense, but it's just like, some of this stuff gets crazy that you have to get into. You had a lot of shit you guys had to go
it
through.
is unreal. I sat there on the couch one night and and I'm not yes, and my legs were not touching the ground. But
his third leg dragging on the ground.
Oh yeah.
It's a different kind of banter tonight, folks.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Told ya.
But my wife and I, we were sitting on the couch and we were looking up stuff, and she found this thing, how to start a Roku channel. And it was like a video, and it had like 15 parts to it. And I got to like the second part of the video and I was like, no way. Like,
Right.
What in the hell is that?
Right.
And my wife's like, well, you're gonna have to learn to write code. And I'm like, no, not at all.
Yeah, that's a little different. Right?
I'm like, yeah, this is not OBS and this is not, Twitch.
Right.
Like, no, I can't. So I went back to these guys and I'm like, sorry guys, I failed. There's no way I can do this.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's all right. At least listen, you know your limits, right?
Oh.
Yeah, that's like me when I called about a podcast. I did the same thing. I was looking up how to start a podcast. You know what I mean? And I looked it up, and it says you're way too fucking stupid. Call somebody. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, thank you for that. Because as soon as I have wicked ADD, right? I'm since been on better medication, and it's more under control. But anyways, that's a different story. So I was like, you see like 10 things at once. You're like, all these thoughts come to your head. You're like, you freeze up. You lock up. That's what it does. You know what I mean? And I knew Bobby Lee was a techie, and I was like, listen, man, I got to start a podcast. And she was like, I was waiting for this phone call. You're going to be awesome at this. And I'm like, I am? What are you talking about? Like, she just knew more about it than me and how it worked. And I didn't understand any of it. But thank God for her and now Sam. I mean, I got an all-star team. I'm lucky, man. You got it too, man. You guys. See, that's the crazy part about you, Wojo. Are you seeing this? These guys think just like we do with their research and with their overall view of what they're doing, right? Their research that they're doing, the paranormal or whatever it might be. They're so open-minded and they all gel together. It's kind of like the squad that we have. It's almost like looking in a mirror, except we're just slightly taller than Joe.
Just imagine if those guys were getting together like every weekend. I mean, good God, I can't imagine.
It would be horrible if we all lived too that close.
Listen, I would sense some divorce papers coming.
Yeah,
yes, I was thinking.
That's a lot of whiskey right there.
Yeah,
I got that too.
Yeah,
it's good to have people around you, like you said, a good team, because like where one of us feels that they have know more about it or something like that, the other two just kind of step back and say, dude, you're in charge. You take the lead. We're here to do whatever you need to help you do it.
Love it.
And we don't. Shit. There's no ego to it. There's no animosities. There's no I'm in charge. You're second. You're third. We're all in this together. We're doing this to build something, not for us, for the communities. It's not about building our own egos and all this stuff. It's about Dark Realm TV. It's about Dark Realm gaming. It's about Dark Realm radio. We want to build things for people to be able to share their experiences and their stuff without having to worry about it, and put it on the largest platforms in the world.
Yeah,
they have that right.
That's what I really wanted to hit on, is the fact that we all have jobs. We all have, you know, our 9 to 5 or whatever,
As of
9
right
to
now.
9, 9 to 9s, whatever. We built this, and basically in 2024, the beginning of 2024, the three of us were like, you know what, this year we need to put up or shut up, because we've talked about starting this, we've talked about this, and then other things happen, and we put it on the back burner, and then we don't, and then we hear the same talks, you know, God, I wish, God, I wish. Then we start talking about it again, and then it gets put on the back burner for something else. So the beginning of 2024, we were like, you know what, this is it. We either need to fucking do it, or we're never going to do it.
Mm.
Period.
Right.
So surround yourself with good people, good things happen. That's exactly what we did. Reached out to a couple of different people that are IT savvy, that can do code, that can do all that stuff. Sat down with BD and said, because I'd worked with BD, I've known BD a long, long time.
Yeah.
Sat down with him and said, hey, look, this is what we're trying to do. Do you think this is possible? He was like, well, let me check it out. And you know, them guys like tick, 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 tick. Yeah, well, I can probably, yep, I can do this. Yep, I can do that. What else do you want to do? I'm like, okay, well, fucking time out. Okay, because we all need to talk about this. So we all started talking about it. And that was the thing. It was like, all right, we want to do this. What is it gonna take? It takes a whole lot of time, it takes a whole lot of money, it
Yeah.
takes a whole lot of dedication,
Yeah.
it takes a whole lot of it's a labor of love.
You got some fast little fingers, ain't he? Ooh.
When, you're
Well, I mean-
welcome.
Oh!
But that's,
But,
I mean, that's great
but
because you guys, you know, like for me, I've known Richie for like 25 plus years.
sorry.
And I know, believe me, even like playing softball with and against him, I still shake my head. I'm like, man, this guy's a fucking aggravating piece of, you know. He likes to get under people's skin, whatever. He never got under my skin. I laugh at him. I'm like, Jesus Christ, kid. I go, this guy can't slow down. But I know how Richie rolls. That's why I respected him and loved him for it, right? And then he had the podcast. And I'm like, I called him up and I go, hey, dude, I you know, again, he was just on my team and whatever. And I go, what do you got going on? He goes, I got big for my backyard. I go, get the frig out of here, you do. And he goes, no, I do. And that's how he brought me along. He's like, he called me up. He goes, hey, you want to go on an investigation? So I was that borderline skeptic, but I was always been intrigued by UFOs, paranormal, and Bigfoot. And I want to see what you're seeing. And so, you know, the thing about Richie is that, you know, he keep an open mind and whatever. So he wasn't telling me anything going on in the woods. I've been a hunter all my life. So I know being on the woods, what it's like, you know, pants down to your ankles and just like, hey, you know, nature, you know. But anyways, but in time,
no, I've been hunting a long time, and I'm not with my pants down around my ankles.
Oh, you got to know real soon. Don't you worry. Anyways, back to you, Wojo.
yeah,
All
back to the
right,
bag
cameras
bomb.
are rolling. Duck Rum exclusive.
But I mean, you know, Rich was like my associated friend, and he didn't tell me anything about Bigfoot happening in his yard. He kept it as his secret. I respect him for that. And going out with him on that investigation and seeing what I was seeing, and you're like in that rabbit's hole. Now I've been going out with him ever since. And then he brought me as a co-host, which I still, you know, regret and appreciate. So does
Joe.
No offense.
So does Joe. So does Joe.
Yeah, but the thing about Richie is that he's like, everything is like me and you. It's like 50-50. You know, we work together. And neither one of us take a charge. Like, you know, I always respect Richie because it was his podcast. You know, he goes, no, it's me and you. I go, we work it out together. Yeah. And now going out in the woods, and you know, we share ideas of our investigations, how we're going to start it, where we're going to go, and you know what, we just go on that whim and we just have fun, and that's the greatest thing. Is it's great to like go out in the woods and have fun with my friend here and the audience out here. And all I can say is it's so humbling, and you just have so much fun, and you get to enjoy yourselves. And we go out every weekend. So I respect you guys for what you guys do, even though you guys are in different locations. And you guys are brothers, and including BD. He's like the fourth horseman, you know.
Yeah.
But
we definitely have a good team. We have BD Morgan, we have Gary, we have Dave. There's 6 of us that work together well to run this whole thing. You know, we have a production company as well that we do a lot of stuff with. We do a lot of filming, we do a lot of that kind of stuff too. So it all plays hand in hand. And like Jay said earlier, and even Joe, there's no egos here. We don't we all work together. We're all brothers. We all put this thing together. And like I said, we built it for everybody else. We built it for everybody to have a platform. Um, because I'm telling you, at one point in time when we first started this, we all kind of said to each other, holy shit, like, are we ready for this? Because it's not like running a YouTube channel. It's not like running that kind of stuff. And again, not to take anything away from the
No.
YouTube content guys and all that. I mean, that's you still have to do all that.
Yep.
But running a network that streams on Roku, Amazon Fire, we also tossed around Apple. We're tossing around some different apps that you can download on your phones. I mean, there's a lot of things, but
a lot of work.
everybody also wants their cut. So Roku wants theirs, Amazon wants theirs, Apple wants, you know what I mean? So it's building the subscribers, it's building that, but also being able to put out content, which I am extremely excited about. And I know these guys are too. Since November, when we launched of last year, we have had brand new content out weekly since November of last year and continue to put out brand new content. This last week, we put out new content every day of the week. So, what that tells us as a network is that we are trusted enough with people that want to put content on our network that trust us to do that. Um, and I don't want to I don't want to get off topic, but there's a lot of things, a lot of questions that we get, like who owns the content once it comes to your network, and who owns this and who owns that, and you guys can vouch. You own your own content. We don't own anything. We don't take rights to any of it. We don't want the rights to any of it. We want to give you the platform to put your stuff out so that everybody across the world who has Roku and Amazon Fire can download that Dark Realm TV app on that platform and watch you in their living room. We want that for you guys. We want to help people grow. We want people to see the average, everyday people that are putting in the work, putting in the stuff, putting boots on the ground every Thursday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why we built it at the end of the day, was to give everybody the opportunity to come on Dark Realm TV, put their content out there and be a part of it. And it's growing. It's growing leaps and bounds. We're extremely excited about it. But we are always looking for more shows, more people. So if you guys are out there and have something and you edit it and you put it together, I mean, let us know if you want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And we're open for everything, not just paranormal and Bigfoot, any kind of cryptid, urban legend, urban exploration, UFO, UAP,
Yeah.
alien abduction, you name it.
STD.
If you're
Right.
an independent horror movie maker and you've made some horror movies, scary movies. You guys always give me a hard time how I say that word. But
Yeah.
anyway, if you can make
Horror.
scary movies, scary movies.
It's a horror.
You guys know,
But anyway, if you make those kind of movies and you would like to get it out there and stuff, and you want to put it out there where people can actually see it, we have a thing about that's all part of it. That's why the slogan is "Where Fear Lives." If it's scary, we want it. We want to be a part of it. Bring
Yeah,
it.
no, 100%. And what they say is exactly true, exactly real, and they're open minded. Like we talked about, I was going on, and then it was like I was thinking, I'm like, well, why don't we have a consistent show night? So I presented that and said, hey, how about every Thursday at this time, whatever the case might be, and boom, it was done. And every Thursday, you can find us on Dark Realm TV. Wojo.
Where beer lives.
Despicable. Every time I say
Yep.
that, you have to say
You have
awesome.
to. Even I
Ricky, I
know
was
that,
about to
Wojo, for
sneeze.
God's
You
sake.
see my face? I was about to, figures you had to bring it up. I almost like exploded.
Well, no, you then fucking sneeze and say it. If that's you,
That's
shit,
right.
just do your
That's
job.
right.
I'm trying.
Holy shit!
You
I
got
got
one
allergies,
job,
man.
Wojo. One job.
One
One
job.
job.
Yeah, no, he's got two. Boom. Like, shut up.
Man, they're
No.
picking me up trying to say word. Damn it!
I will say that this has grown beyond what we expected.
Yeah.
You know, obviously it was a slow start, you know, and we're just like, oh, okay, that's all right, you know, whatever, it'll grow, and then it was
That's what she
like,
said.
yeah, I still been adding water to it, and it's not working, but
Yeah, that don't help. That don't help. That's opposite.
it doesn't. But I was like, okay, whatever, and then it was like in like a week or two period, it was like we were getting messages, and next thing you know, we're on all these like Zoom calls, and it was like, oh shit.
Yep.
And then finally it was like one night it kind of hit me, and I called them and we were talking, and I'm like, guys, man, like, are we ready for this? Because this is like, not to take anyone else's phrase, but like this is kind of going to the next level.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was like, oh
Well,
shit. And we're like, you
and-
know what? Screw it. Strap on and let's go.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
you
just
said
like Joe,
strap on,
and just
Rick.
like Joe said with
Thanks,
Zoom
Crystal.
calls, and Richie B and Woj, you guys can attest. If you want to put on a show on our network, and you've got a ton of questions, because obviously mostly everybody does. We'll do Zoom calls. My God, we did 2 or 3 Zoom calls with you guys before you guys came on the network, answering whatever questions you had, and just, because we want to get to know you as well.
Yeah.
But we have an open book. There's nothing that we're doing here other than trying to build a platform and whatever for everybody. Our goal was to get enough subscribers so that the channel paid for itself,
Right.
and we're almost there.
Yeah.
We would love to be able to get it to where you guys have a convention out east and you want to go. Hey, we'll take some of that money and we'll toss it to that convention and pay for your weekend there at the convention. Sponsored by Dark Realm TV. You guys check out check out these guys, or check out this team or that team. That's our goal with the money that comes in that we would make off the network. Right now, we're basically just sustaining with what it costs to run a month with the subscriptions that we have.
Yep.
And Sam right there, I hate to interrupt you, Jason, but Sam right there said, I'd do it if I was more consistent. I do makeup and spooky stories. That's the thing about being with Dark Realm. If you put an episode up and you'll put another episode up for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, we understand that everybody has a life. But that's the good thing about our network. We don't have a demand that you have to put this many episodes up, this off, or things like that, because we understand that everybody has a life. They do things outside of this. Nobody's making a living doing this and getting paid to do this all the time. So that's why we open up to everybody. You have to build your channel, build your style, and it will change as you go and as you do it. You're going to progress and decide you want to change this way, you want to do that way. And that allows you to see your progression stuff. It's not about, you have to be consistent. You have to give us a show every week. If you can, great. If you can't, cool.
That's fine.
Understand that. We have 2 shows that we run weekly, and that is at the request of the shows. Richie B and Woj, they were like, hey, we want to do Boots on the Ground. We want to do it every Thursday. Done.
Yep.
We would love to have. We were gonna dedicate Thursdays to Boots on the Ground. You keep giving it to us like they do, because their content is great, guys. I mean, honest to God, content is great.
I got over here watching it right on my TV over here. I'm always got it on.
I love your guys' logo. I need a T-shirt.
Oh, I love that. That Bifoot is bad.
Your guys' shows and the stuff that you guys do and the podcasting, because you guys are doing so much, it's amazing content.
Exactly.
And we're honored to put it out there for you guys weekly. The other weekly show we have is Wednesdays. We call it Wrestling Wednesdays, and it's
Yes.
Inhumane Championship Wrestling, ICW.
Yeah.
We put them out every week.
Yep.
They requested it. Yes, absolutely. If you have enough content that you want to give me a show and say, "Hey, I want to give you content weekly, whatever," I'll dedicate a Tuesday for you, or a Monday for you, or a Thursday for you. That's fine. We built this for you.
Yep.
We want to put this stuff out for you guys. So if you have that much content and you have that much stuff going on to where you want it out on a weekly basis, that is not a problem. If you
Nope.
have 2 or 3 shows where you want to put it out quarterly, that's no problem either. We will put it out when you give it to us. It's a very simple upload to a cloud. We pull it off the cloud, or I say we. Brian pulls it off the cloud and puts it
True.
on Roku and Amazon. If you want to do 2 shows,
Yep.
that's perfect. We'll do 2 shows a year and we'll put it out there. It's giving you the platform so that you have millions, potentially millions and millions of people watching your shows. The
Yeah.
thing is, we need to keep pushing subscriptions, subscribers to get more out there so that we can get out there more.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
That's awesome. And if you want to do something like that in order to help this grow with this good group of guys, absolutely grab it, because you might say, yeah, you guys know, like the guys on the side, like what you're saying right now is basically an echo of what I say on my lives. We've built a community, and that's what we want. We want a community, and everybody on the side should attest to this and could attest to this, and hopefully they do, that we include them in our investigations. We encourage them to be part of our team. We give them credit for their ideas. We're not like, oh, thank God I thought of that. Shut up, little screen guy. You know what I mean? It's not like that. It's like, yo, so-and-so told us to try that. Let's try that. So we go and try that idea. And now they get to see their idea, and they're part of the team. They're a virtual research team. So I have more eyes, more ears. They can play it back and watch it. We have Sparky from Sparky's Paranormal. His daughter's getting married tonight, whenever it is. They're out in the West. Congratulations to her. Congratulations to you, Sparky. He made their wedding bands out of titanium for
unbelievable. Unbelievable work.
We want to give a shout out to Sparky out there. Congratulations to you and your family, my man. You're a good dad, great dad, and a great man. So appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
But he'll go back during our lives and cut it up real quick and look at, hey, it's in the messenger. I think I got something. Or, hey, no, I wasn't able to pick up that audio. And he's like a part of it. And then you got the moderators that are coming in, right? And Sam's from Sam's Pretty Paranormal. Elder, I saw you here, by the way. Elder Medicine Bear Claw. She kind of gives us that Native American guidance. Different words we can use when we're trying to communicate, because we've had Bigfoot like right up on us. I mean, they're like right there moving around. We can feel them, and we, whenever you hear us start talking to them, that's because we know they're close. Where we're like, hey, it's okay, you know what I mean? It's all right, and we'll use some words, and Elder kind of guides us. And then like new people like Kirk come in and they're big time supportive. And, now he's a moderator. He was terrible at it last night. It was his first night. He was horrible.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. You know what he did? Some guy was talking about being on a shitter or something like that. And Kirk comes flying and goes, oh yeah, 300 seconds timed out.
We got Einstein in front of us. I go, Richie, check this out. Richie's like, still yelling at Kurt, today, let's go.
So listen, if you come on the lives, use vulgar language, talk about taking deuces on toilets, you're going to get 300 seconds. Get it? Don't even dare. What a horrible punishment he gave him.
Which means I'm going to get banned sometimes.
That man never.
I would never be able to be on if he banned me for language. But what you're also talking about, we are the only network that actually has Native American content on the network. And the reason being, obviously, BD is part of the Native American community and all that. But going back to working with everybody, a lot of the networks and a lot of other platforms, when dealing with the Native American community, they made demands on them and said, well, we want all of this. Well, as you guys know, there's some stuff that the Native American community won't film. They don't want put out there filming or pictures or whatever. And basically all these other networks were like, well, if we can't have all of it, we don't want any of it.
Right.
Dark Realm TV was like, we will post and put out whatever you want to put out there, and we'll give you that platform to do that. And they were like, oh my God, like, yes, please. And again, that was all um, facilitated with BD because, there's a trust. There's a
Yeah.
trust with Dark Realm TV, with the Native American community. The short that
And
was just
growing.
put up this last week was again part of the Native American community that trust us, and that's what is I think the most satisfying for us is the trust that we continue to have from all the groups, paranormal, cryptid, UFO, urban legend, all that stuff, and the indie filmmakers and the podcasters. We have you guys on. We have podcasts from all over the world
Yeah.
on Dark Realm TV. And it's the trust. It's the trust that people are instilling in us to be able to put out their content so that everybody else can see their stuff is what is satisfying to us that we're doing the right thing.
Well,
Yeah.
and Bear Claw just said it's true, but we have native laws, and that's the thing about the
Right.
other networks wouldn't recognize that. We 100% recognize that. Everyone is welcome on Dark Realm TV, and their beliefs. We only have a few rules. You'll bash nobody else. We will not tolerate anybody bashing anybody else in your episodes or anything else. You won't talk bad about people and degrade them, and we put up with no hate speech whatsoever.
Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely
Joe.
none. Everybody is welcome here
All right, guys.
whatsoever. I mean, we pick on each other, we write each other backsides like crazy, give each other hell, but we never will ever bash any other community. You cannot do that on our network. That's pretty much our only things. You're free to do what you want to do. You're free to film your style. You're free to edit your style. It is your content, but we will not take hate speech. We will not tolerate bashing other people. We will not tolerate bashing other locations. If you have those things, you can do that. You do it on your own thing. You don't do it on here. Not with our network.
100%. And 100%. And that's the thing. And what I was saying about Kurt is you're definitely allowed to swear in my lives. I mean, I'm pretty vulgar at times, and I have to apologize to the ladies often. So, because my mother's in heaven going, really, Richard? But no, my point was,
mine too is like, oh my God, son, please.
What happened here? Good
Yeah.
Lord, you're like your father. You know that's what happens. But
she was a Catholic school teacher, so I know she was like, oh Lord Jesus.
Yeah, you working overtime,
Sorry, Mama.
wasn't she? Oh, goodness
Sorry,
gracious.
Mom.
Sorry, Mom.
Yeah.
So my point was on Thursday nights, we're on there, but it's not just us guys. You get to see us anyways. Go on Dark Realm TV and see all the other stuff that we're talking about. The Wednesday night wrestling, right? And you guys have a quick synopsis in your head or a list in your head of what you actually have on your network? Do you even at this point know? Because you've had a lot come in. You know what I mean?
I mean, as far as shows, I mean, we've got a ton, and that's actually the hard part about running the network is loading the shows and getting people on and then getting new stuff and running. So, I mean, we have a ton of different paranormal shows. We definitely have the Bigfoot shows. We would love to have more UFO content. So if you have UFO content or shows or anything like that, we would love. We are going to get a few more indie films here in the next week or two. We also run a lot of the old classic horror movies, which I love that shit. I love that shit. But and then the podcasts. We have a ton of different podcasts on there. God, we got Animal, we've got you guys, we've got Spooky Japan. I mean, we've got a ton of different stuff. So our channel basically is the Netflix of Where Fear Lives, and it has a ton of different listing. It has a ton of different stuff. If you have if you have a company or you have a haunted location or you have something like that and want to be a sponsor, right now we are doing a $100 sponsor for the year. We will upload your logo on the app. It is the first thing that pops up when you click on the app. We will run your logo. So if your logo, your contact information, whatever, if you want to add a video to it, it'll be $250. But that $250 runs for the year on our network. It's cheap advertising. It's again, we try to make this as affordable as possible. With the $4.99 a month or $49.99 for the year. If you do the yearly subscription, you're basically getting 2 months free. Plus, we actually give you 7-day trial to go ahead and uh, check out the channel. So you still have to click on it. You still have to say yes, I want to do the monthly or the yearly, whatever. But nothing will be charged for that first 7 days. So we'll give you 7 days to look at our content, see if this is what you like, see if this is what you want to see, and then it'll go into automatically charging your payment information. But we want you to feel comfortable, and it's not for everybody. People get on there and be like, nah, this just isn't it. I totally get it. Thanks for giving us an opportunity. Thanks for trying us out. Like I said, 7 days is on us, and but I guarantee you, once you get on there and start checking it out, you'll stay.
Yeah, you're gonna find something that you like. There's just too much on there to. It's so vast. I mean, you got to just go check it out. Like you said, jump on the 7-day trial, check it out, man. Have a good time with it.
Yep.
Check out all the other stuff, man.
Sure did, Leo.
Leo said,
Leo.
Yeah, not just wrestling though. What kind of wrestling? Jason?
Inhumane.
Anybody?
Oh, inhumane.
Inhumane.
Wrestling.
They beat the snot out of each other with all kinds of different items.
That's right,
Well,
brother. We will come down on you. That's what
Let me tell you something, brother.
See, here's the thing. So you know what? We're going to be next week. We are going to be at Scared City Productions, High Nation 3, Paragould, Arkansas. Now, Dark Age is part of Inhumane Championship Wrestling, and they've called out Dark Realm TV. You guys believe that shit? Like, they're calling us out, and they're saying that they're actually going to change the name from Dark Realm TV to Dark Age TV by the time they're done with us. Now, we're going to Paragould, Arkansas with the High Nation, with Santiago Cirillo and a bunch of the other guys. And we're going to show the Dark Age just exactly who's behind Dark Realm TV. So Dark Age, if you're watching this, we're bringing it, and we're whooping that ass.
Whooping that ass.
Whooping that ass.
Oh, whoop that ass, yeah.
Whoop that ass. Whoop that ass. Whoop that ass. Oh, this is a beatbox time. Whoop that ass. Whoop that ass.
That was definitely East Coast style, brother, for sure.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
The shizzy.
That's how we roll.
That's right.
Right.
So, Jason, tell me this, because a lot of people that are probably watching don't realize that you're an actor and that you've been in some movies, right? How many movies you've been in, and is it basically what was it? What is the genres? That's the word I'm looking for that you do as far as acting goes.
Horror.
Yeah. Horror movies.
Oh, so much horror.
Not to be confused with my OnlyFans page. That's horror movie.
That's horror also, but go ahead.
It is.
Dude's like, here's a cookie.
Right.
Thank you.
No. It's the majority of it's all indie films. I've done a lot over the years with Los Bastards Productions, just a lot of different production companies. Most of the movies that I'm in right now are streaming on like Tubi, Amazon. A big one right now, Never Blink, by the Booth Brothers, is on every single platform. It's like DirecTV, Spectrum, Apple, all the big ones. I'm in it that much, but I'm still in it, right? I'm still in it. No, but I honestly, it's all indie horror usually. I've done probably the past 10 plus years. I've been involved in probably 15 or 20 different films. I love it. It's a lot of it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It gets me out of my day-to-day stuff here, and that's why these guys always call me Hollywood. I haven't been in any Hollywood flicks. I haven't been in anything like that, but
Yeah.
um
But he hangs out with all the Hollywood people.
Yeah.
I've made a lot of connections and friends over. The
Yeah.
biggest one I can say,
Richie
I
B.
do with
Richie B.
with right.
Richie B, that's
Richie
who.
B. Richie B.
Uh,
I'm sorry.
hey, we'll get you in a film. But my
Oh,
brother
geez.
my brother
Both of you.
Scott Tepperman from Ghost Hunters International.
Nice.
He's also part of Los Bastards Productions. Him and Jim O'Rear
Mhm.
started that production company years ago. And we have built the Cruel Summer franchise,
Yep.
which is out on Tubi, Amazon, all that Fossum. It's on that as well. But we have I helped produce and I actually am one of the main characters in that franchise.
That's right.
And we've had my wife my wife Tanya is in the house. My wife on film, Beatrice Bupley, who's Amanda Kruger, Freddy Krueger's mom in Nightmare on Elm Street
Oh yeah.
5.
Yep.
We've had Santiago Cirillo was Julio in The Walking Dead. He's
Yeah,
been
something,
in
yeah.
3 and 4. We just had Courtney Gaines, who was Malachi, Children of the Corn.
Yep.
We had Rochelle Davis, who was Sarah from The Crow. We've had John Dugan, who was Grandpa in the original Leatherface.
Nice.
We've had Felicia Rose, who was in Sleepaway Camp, Terrifier 2, Terrifier 3.
Now you know why we call him Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had
I can't seem to get this damn comment off the screen. What the hell? Oops.
Well, and Leo,
I think it's
Leo asked
stuck.
Rich and I audition.
I think it's stuck. It's stuck.
I've done
Internet.
movies with Todd Bridges, Robert Lazardo, Betsy
Nice.
Rue, Mark Price, who was Skippy from Family Ties. Just all in that Los Bastards genre.
Mm.
Like I said, Never Blink is on a ton of different streaming platforms. That's a Booth Brother production, which I helped facilitate, which most of it was filmed here in Toledo at the Collingwood Arts Center, which I also helped do all the paranormal stuff there and all the conventions.
Nice.
Just, I love to give back to the community here and I love to bring people in, which is why we do the conventions every year and that kind of stuff. But yeah, acting has been something fun for me over the past 10 plus years. And like I said, I think there's 5 or 6 on Tubi, and Amazon, Fossum, and all the other big streaming networks. But it's fun for me. I enjoy it. There's a lot of different challenges with acting and things like that, but I love doing it.
And that's why we ride his coattails.
And I could say that I was in a bicentennial play back in 1976.
Oh Jesus shit.
And just think he was 50 then.
Yeah, right.
Me and Richie were in a movie.
We were.
We were
Called The Hidden.
We were. Okay. Yeah.
Did you guys hide? Were you hiding?
Do it, Sam.
Yeah.
Do it, Sam's favorite Bigfoot. Do it.
Yeah. So Sam, that's what I was gonna say. Well, one thing that Wojo pointed out, he told me that Joe was actually in The Wizard of Oz. Is that true?
It was. He was. If you're looking at the town when they're tracing around the Ruby Slipper, he's the 4th one back on the left. He's also in Wonka.
Yeah, we put him orange ones.
Oompa Loompa.
Yeah.
He was the tall Oompa Loompa.
Yeah, Joe, do it for him.
Oompa
Joe, do it for him.
He's the one with.
I know he can't do the whole thing because he's under strict guidelines where he can't sing the whole song because then he gets fined. But he can do the oompa loompa. But that's it. That's all he can do.
Well, he's vaping in the background. Yeah.
Right.
So our producer Sam is in Mallet 2, and I believe, Sam, correct me if I'm wrong, your husband and yourself get murdered gruesomely. She dies very well. If you need anybody to die in a movie,
we're always looking for people to die.
Oh. Sam can die amazingly, guys. Get over to I think it's on Prime. She said Mallet 2, and watch Sam die. It's amazing. It's just a gruesome, bloody, gory death. It's just amazing. So yeah, she's very talented, and I would love. I'm getting this vision as I speak to you as creators. You know how this goes, right? You start getting these little seeds in your head as the words come. Yeah, so I would love Sam to go on Doc Realm TV, even if it's like twice a month, right? and have spooky stories with Sam. And Sam comes in and narrates. She narrates all my videos. Your guest Marshall is her voice, and you
Please
can
do.
imagine. Yeah, and she
Yeah.
has a
Please
whole
do.
she has a whole series of different. And Sam, don't act like you don't have enough content, because you do. She has content where she tells spooky stories about like the crackling fire screen or something.
Love
That
it.
would perfect for Dark Realm TV.
Yep.
So
Urban
I
Legends is
think,
great.
yeah, I think we need to get our producer Sam over to Dark Realm TV to have her own time on there. And like I said, to build up, maybe it's once a month, twice a month. You know, you have
Whatever. We're
spooky
patient.
stories with Sam, and then boom, maybe she kicks off and goes even further. So there you go,
see,
done.
because I am the old man here,
Yeah, that's true.
I still believe, and
Yeah.
I think that storytellers are a dying art. It really is.
Yeah.
You used to have, because when I was a kid growing up, I remember my dad.
All they
mom,
had
and
was
stuff.
the radio.
Well,
Right.
we had, but see, we spent.
Hey, Joe, it started with the chisel, and then
Yeah.
it went to the pigeon, and then it went to the radio. But
We
Jay's
spent-
lived all those.
Unlike
so,
Joe, we spent. I'm like Wojo. I grew up hunting and fishing. I grew up in the woods, my family farm and stuff, and it was always a big bonfire every night, and people telling stories around the fire, and that kind of communication is a dying art. So to have someone that likes to tell the stories and to narrate them and bring it to life is an amazing thing to me. And to have something like that on the network, I'm with you, Richie. I think it'd be a great thing.
It's
Absolutely
perfect.
well,
great.
and think about this, because we just had our very good friend Eric, who runs Uncomfortable Podcast. He was wanting to put a bunch of stuff on, but some of his stuff doesn't have video. And I'm like, we were all like, we don't care, because how many people get home from work, turn the TV on,
I agree,
turn it on, and then go into the kitchen and start making food or cooking or whatever.
Right.
So you're listening to what's on the TV, but you're not paying attention to the actual shit that's happening on TV. Well, why not? Why not do that? Why not have a podcast where it's just audio? Why not have somebody that's doing a book or whatever in the background with the crackling fire or whatever? So you click on that, the crackling fire's on your TV, and you're listening to somebody tell a story as you're cooking dinner or as you're preparing stuff or as you're whatever. That's absolutely 100%. We will put your content
And just
on
remember,
the network.
With
No
every
problem.
urban legend, there's always a nugget of the truth of where it all started. It's finding that nugget of truth, which makes it the investigation part of it so much more enjoyable.
It's a lot of fun.
Mhm.
My next line of questioning for you guys, right? I know you've done paranormal. Have you ever been out researching Sasquatch or anything
Hell
else? Any
no.
type
I-
of cryptid or
I
UFO?
have.
Jay's the only one. I mean, I've been out having fun with it, but
Yeah.
if you're talking like true research kind of stuff, Jay's the only one. Jay was part of one of the founding fathers of the North
Founding
American
father.
Dogman Project and all that shit. Well, I can
Nor-
say founding fathers because he's
I'm old.
that old to be a founding father.
Yeah. North American Dogman Project. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's a organization that was started, 10 years ago. Jody Cook is one of the, he used to be a big Bigfoot, in the Bigfoot community. He's a huge researcher in the Bigfoot community, Jody Cook. He's wrote like 17 books on Bigfoot. He's a retired U.S. Army, but he got a hold of me and some others, and we started what's called the North American Dogman Project, because Dogman has been increased in sightings. And we had a research team called the Dog Boys and had our logo. And I was the tracker because I grew up in the hunting and fishing and all that things. And we traveled all around the area, especially in Ohio, Kentucky, went to the land between the lakes and other places, researching a lot on the Dogman, because, the whole misconception whether a Dogman is a werewolf, it's a completely different creature. Werewolves change within the lunar cycle and part human. Dogman is like Bigfoot. It's that creature all the time. And like somebody said earlier, there was some in the way back in the chat that there were some more sightings in the UK. So it started out with just North American Dogman Project, and it's now went international. And we had chapters. I'd have to check because I've not been involved with them since we've been doing Dark Realm TV. We're pretty busy with this. I've not had a chance to keep up with what's going on with the group, but we did have chapters in every single state of the union.
That's crazy.
So-
I was unaware of that, because we're just starting to get into like the Dogman thing, right?
See, Jody Cook is awesome.
And so it's been right. It's been kind of leading to that with our research, Wojo and I's research. I don't know. At least there's so many fucking things.
But see, I got when I first got involved with the Bigfoot community, I got in, imagine that. I got in huge trouble. I had a bunch of them just absolutely just tried their best to run me out.
No way.
Not the paranormal.
No,
But I came up with a theory, and just a theory. I'm like, look, we've all seen, well, all of us older people have seen that Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who?
Harry and the Hendersons. Remember
Harry?
that movie?
Yeah.
Harry.
Okay.
Harry
You remember
Henderson.
at the end
Harry
of that
and-
movie?
Great
At
band.
the end of that movie, when they let Harry go back to the woods,
Well,
as
that's
he's
right.
walking away, the female steps up, and then the little child Bigfoot steps up. You can see that they were even there. So I'm like, who's to say, instead of interdimensional, all that stuff, who's to say that's not along the line of the Fae folk, and they're always here, and that, and when because we're such destructive creatures to this planet, that all these things will come known to us once we start taking care of our planet again, like we're supposed to. Once we start living harmoniously with our planet, like we're supposed to, and that they will all come to the thing. Like, well, you're trying to turn into fairies and all that stuff. I'm like, no, I'm trying to give you another theory that they're always here, and the whole reason why we don't see them is because if I make a proper ghillie suit and I do make it the right way and make it to the right environment that I'm in, you could be within a foot of me and not know I was there as long as I didn't move or make a sound.
Right.
That's us imitating nature. So now you're telling me that nature can't do it? Then
100%.
where did we get the idea from? We're imitating nature.
Yep.
So you're telling me that nature could have their own creatures there that we don't know because they don't want to know us. If they are an intelligent creature, they know how destructive we are. Anything that makes us feel threatened, we destroy and kill. Black bears and wolves and all them were almost destroyed off this planet because they were a threat to us. So if I would take it as a threat, I would want to destroy it according to the human species. I wouldn't want to be found either. I would
that
camouflage.
is not a
Well
that is not a
spoken,
path
Moses.
I have ever been like ventured down. No way.
What is your percentage of believability, Joe, on Bigfoot? Be honest. It's okay. We're not here to impress nobody.
Right.
I mean, look at you.
Yeah, right. You know, I kind of like when I started the paranormal, I was like, okay, this is all bullshit. Right. Then I had some things happen to me that, I come from a law enforcement military background. So, I mean, I would go way out of my way to try to prove something, try to prove it, logical. And I got to the point where there were some things happening that, I had no explanation, none at all. Being with these guys and kind of getting a little bit more, hearing more about the whole Bigfoot and cryptid stuff. I'm not going to completely dismiss it, but I got to see it to believe it. Like,
percentage, Joe, percentage, numbers. Come on, spit it out.
I'm going to step out for just a minute. I'll be back, guys.
25, 30.
Well, Jay, I was going to talk about, I'll talk about it anyway.
25, 30%.
So 25 to 30% believability on Bigfoot?
Yep.
Okay. All right. If it was around 40, you could have stayed.
Right.
We'll bring him back.
I'm going to, so I never, I obviously you look at Bigfoot, you look at all that stuff. I've never actually been out tracking and that kind of thing. I've been snipe hunting a few times, but never out checking out Bigfoot. Anyway, and Jay just left. We were in Traverse City, Michigan, years ago, probably 5 years ago. Had to have been pre-COVID, so maybe 6 years ago. We all went out, couples went up for the weekend to have some wine and just get away and just do our thing. And we were staying on a resort that had like a little beach and then went out into the lake. I kind of trolled out there. It was cold. I trolled out there, Jay was like, "Oh, I'll come out with you." So Jay started walking out with me. There was nobody else out there. It was in the colder season. So obviously the lake was not comfortable water, if you will.
Right.
And we walked
Shrivel.
out. It was definitely shrivel.
Yeah, gotcha. That cold.
Left the phones, left all that stuff. I didn't want to drop anything. We got out quite a ways. My wife's on the beach, Teresa's on the beach, they're talking. Well, we get out quite a long ways. So we walked out, got up on a sandbar, walked over the sandbar, kept going out a little bit. We're about chest high, but this is crystal clear water.
Mm.
And as we're walking, we're talking and bullshitting and whatever. And I had looked down, and in the sand in front of me was a footprint about the size of my chest. And it was a like as if some big ass person would have stepped into the sand in the water.
Mm.
Now, mind you, we are chest high, way out,
Yeah.
clear water. I look down and I'm like, Jay, he's like, oh, what the fuck? I'm like, dude, what is this? And he looked down and I looked down. And like I said, it was about chest wide, but it was a huge footprint in the sand
Mm.
in the water. And we had walked just a little bit farther and there was another one.
Mm.
And it was, like I said, it was one of those things where, can I prove it? No. Did he and I experience it? Yes.
Right.
I didn't take my phone. He didn't take his phone because we're out being dumb in cold ass weather. Didn't want to drop the shit. We're just out being stupid.
Mm.
But it was enough to look at both of those that were separated by quite a bit distance.
Yep.
That it was like, you know what? I don't know what made that.
Right.
And it was a perfect imprint in the sand.
Yep.
That I'm like, we are so far away from help.
Right.
And with whatever is, I don't,
Time to go.
Well, why didn't you guys follow it?
What?
We
Why
lost
did you
it.
follow
We
it?
did try to follow it. Trust
Did
me.
you?
Yeah. I
Come
mean,
on, dude.
it was.
I'm not going to try
it
to
was-
track something.
Well, all right.
Well, what was the depth? What was
it
the
was-
depth of the print though, compared to if it's cold out and you're on the sand? Obviously sand is pretty hard by now. What would you say the
I
depth
mean,
of
it
it?
was.
An
But
inch?
just looking at it, it would be like if a human were to have stepped in the sand.
and
the-
wet
what-
or wet mud. It had
Yeah.
a good half inch to an inch depth pushed into the sand.
And you weren't
What-
leaving. And you weren't leaving that mark. What do?
No.
I compare it
it
to
was.
mine.
It
all the
was as big as my chest. I mean,
Yeah.
I wear a size 11,
Mhm.
and it was wide. I mean, it was definitely not somebody that was out there that had walked through that just decided not to walk anymore,
Right.
because there was one and there was two and then there wasn't anything else. So then Jay and I started talking to like, when would this have happened? Like,
Right.
how do we document it? We can't. We don't have anything to take pictures.
Right.
We talked a little bit and then we actually turned around and started heading back in because, like I said, we were out quite a ways. We walked out, went over a sand dune, and then kept walking out again. So it wasn't like this area was traveled by 8-foot people that would just be out there fucking walking around in
Yeah, right.
sand. Like, it was the biggest footprint I had ever seen. My dad
say
was
that-
6'7". My uncle was 6'9". Like, I've obviously didn't get that from any of my family. I got it from my mom's family, but the footprint in the sand was so clean and clear, but it was so big
Yeah.
that it wasn't even close to being anything that we as humans
Could
would
make.
have left.
Yeah. No, that's and that's the you talk about the personal experiences, and being law enforcement. Now, what kind of law enforcement did you do, Jason?
Right now I am 29 years into the sheriff's department.
Sheriff?
I have done everything from booking to courts to warrant units to now I do I'm in the sex offender, arson, violent offender unit. I work a
Jeez.
lot with FBI, US Marshals, that's what I do now.
Right. And Joe, did you mention that you were in law enforcement yourself?
I was.
Yeah.
I was for a few years down in Kentucky.
Was it sheriff?
No, it was local. See.
Local, yeah. So I guess my point in asking that to you guys is, and I preach this all the time on my lives, the circumstantial evidence that we have, because I got news for everybody. We're in a non-scientific field. Everything you have is circumstantial. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing you have unknown, maybe DNA somewhere. You might have, you have castings of prints and stuff. And by the way, rest in peace, Jeff Meldrum. Thank you for all your hard work in the Bigfoot community, brother.
Yeah.
God, love to your family, and Godspeed, my brother. You
Amen.
did a lot of good things, man. So, but that's all circumstantial stuff. I have a cabinet over here just jammed with stuff. And I don't know if you guys watch the show. We give out peanut butter and zingers, and the zinger wrappers are torn open, and the peanut butter is wiped clean. And, we have all these things going on. We have recordings from a recorder up underneath the magnetized to the chair. We can hear them congregating. We can hear them kind of almost communicating with each other. You can hear the zinger wrappers opening, right? And we know what's going on. But presented, that's circumstantial evidence.
Right.
Whether you like it or not. And a personal experience is circumstantial evidence. You can weed out hoaxes, man. You've been trained to weed out hoaxes. Technically hoaxers, right? Liars and scumbags and thieves, right?
Well,
you're
see,
trained.
that's the thing is it's in water. It's in chest deep water out over a sandbar. Like it's not like it was in top tourist season up by the shore where somebody could have taken something and whatever.
Walked. Yeah.
This was way out for no damn reason whatsoever. Like we were out there in it just because we were fucking dumb. And being out in cold ass water because I'm gonna wait out in cold fucking water. And Jay's like, well, if you're gonna do it, I'm gonna fucking do it.
Jason was smart enough to calm down to a little bit of clothes, but he kept giving me a hard time about not being out there and kept calling me a sissy. Yeah. So I just emptied my pockets and went out there fully dressed in my jeans and my boots and everything.
See, I wouldn't have been able to do that. I would have had to have the little floaties on my arms.
You'd have had floaties for sure, or on my back. But like I said, how clean it was in the sand,
how clean the water
and how
was,
clear the water was, and I'm just like, holy shit! Like this isn't like.
When he first called me over there, I thought he was full of shit and was messing with me. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
But Jason, if you've seen something like that, did you guys bother to come, back again and just, kind of do a follow up and when it's better weather and things like that, warmer weather?
I would love to. We go out there a couple times a year for the wine and all that. Area. Yeah, it's so up Traverse City area and that kind of stuff. It's more of a touristy area. And like I said, we haven't been back up there for that reason.
Right.
And I don't, and that was the other thing is there was no way to mark that area for us to go back and get the shit to go back out unless we wanted to leave somebody out there.
Where it was at behind the hotel or the Airbnb that we were staying at. So we had a general idea where it was at. And I would love to go back up and traverse it, but to be able to do it without being interrupted or having to fight a bunch of other people, we'd have to go back about the same time of year when most sane, civilized people aren't dumbasses and out there waiting in the water.
Right. And one thing I want to tell you is we have Jason Kenzie. I don't know if you're aware of Jason Kenzie. Searching for Sasquatch on YouTube and stuff like that. He's out in
we met him at a couple conferences up in Michigan.
Yeah, exactly. And he's in England right now filming with our buddy Ben Kennerly. And they're doing stuff. But one of the things that really got him going was during COVID, they were on lockdown up in Canada, in British Columbia, where he's from. And he was a filmmaker and he was doing nature, animals and things like that, right? And he wanted to get out into the woods. And he started using his drone and stuff for footage, trying to get that crop footage or whatever that you can use wherever. And he goes over this pond or this lake or whatever it was. And when he got above it, after looking at the video and stuff, the pond had footprints all the way through it. But it was like a regular pond, like a crystal. Now you're talking mountain water, right? Cold spring water, crystal clear. But you could see it was like a highway. There was and I got the picture somewhere, but all these prints were going like this all over the place. And just because he was in a drone, he could see it. And he's like, what the hell could be walking in that water?
Long strides, man.
And that's what I said to Jay. I'm like, what what big ass animal
Yeah.
has made these? And but the other part that really kind of fucked me up was it just stopped. There
Right.
wasn't like any before it,
Oh
and there
yeah.
wasn't
Yeah, yeah.
anything that
Oh
that
yeah.
we could see. You know what I mean? There wasn't anything that we kind of traipsed back. Couldn't
Oh,
see anything before it.
Circled
Couldn't
out to
see
see if we
really
could find,
anything
just like you would if you
find it.
tracking something.
It
Yep.
was just a couple of big ass, like it's almost like it was like fucking,
Yeah.
and then left. But there
Yup.
wasn't. We couldn't find anything before it. We couldn't find anything after it. And then I got to talking to Jay, and I'm like, whatever made that is an extremely large
Animal.
thing, and
Yeah.
it's just you and I
Bipedal.
out here hanging out in this fucking
Oh
cold
yeah.
ass water,
Yeah.
like. And we're looking back and our wives are on the beach like da 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 da. We're like, they
Yeah.
have no idea. They have no idea what we're doing out here. I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? I guess probably we should maybe start making our way back because I mean we waited out for what, Jay? Fucking 20 minutes?
Oh
I
Yeah.
mean,
yeah,
we were out. We were out. Like I said, we went out, went over the sand, and then went out more.
we were out. We were
So
out far enough that our wives looked like they were little toy kid
Oh,
things
don't
up on the
worry,
beach.
because if something would have jumped out and got you guys, they would have grabbed your phones and filmed it.
That's true.
They
That's
couldn't
true.
they
have filmed us
wouldn't.
that far. They
We
couldn't have
were.
zoomed in that much with our
We
phones.
were out so far, Joe, that they wouldn't have even. They'd been like, "Oh, where'd they go? I don't understand why they're not
Yeah.
there."
Oh my God, they're
Well,
so
we,
far. They're so far away.
yeah,
They look like two little Joes.
right. Well, yeah,
Holy,
Oh
and
shit.
then
holy!
and
I
then
didn't
they
know.
would have, and then they would have been. Well, we got their wallets and their phones, so fuck them.
Yeah.
We're good.
And they
Right.
just
Yeah.
would
We
have
got
went
the credit
to
cards and the cash. We don't need them anyway.
Yeah.
right. We
Yes.
got rooms and whatever, so fuck them.
Yeah. We're
Nature's
good.
bidet cleaned his ass. That's funny.
But yeah, that is honestly my one and only. I mean, I've been walking through the woods and heard and seen some dumb shit over the years of hunting with my dad and hunting with my cousins and all that, but never anything like that. That was my one and only like
This could
holy
really be
shit,
something
like
more.
Yeah.
what is this? And that's
So
why I said, Jay, I'm like, Jay, look at the footprint. He's like, still fucking I'm like, Jay, no, dude, seriously. And he came over, he was like,
yeah.
I don't know what the fuck that is. Because like I said, it was
It was.
it
The
was
gentleman that you talked about
substantially
that-
larger than and like I said, I wear a size 11, and it was substantially larger than
It
my
was like
foot
the
length
gentleman that you
and
guys
width.
talked about that passed away. That when his picture they showed him hold that big cast
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It was like that. It was that perfect of a print in the sand,
Yeah.
an inch and a half to 1 inch deep into the sand.
So I already know where you're at, Jay. So Jason, does that help your percentages, and where do you land?
Joe's
percentage-wise?
percentage.
No, what? I already
Oh,
know.
Joe's
I already
percentage.
know Joe's fucking
I'm
percentage.
Oh, Jason's. I'm sorry.
Watch the show, Wojo. Watch the show, bro.
that's right.
Show going on, bro. But Jesus,
That's
dude,
right.
smoke some
Hey,
fucking
Woj.
weed.
I got my
Hey,
ADD going on.
Mine stays down.
ADD.
hey, Woj, it's Dark Realm TV.
Whip your lips.
Hey!
Nice try. What's your
Shut up.
percentage, Jason?
Yeah, what's your percentage, Jason?
Oh, you know what? I am after that experience,
Yeah.
I'm a 90 guy, man.
Yeah,
I'm
good. I love it. No,
because
those things will do that.
there is I'm all about and we are all about why would that be? What would have made that? If
Yeah,
it would have just been a little larger than my foot, I'd have been like, okay, there was a bigger motherfucker out here walking around in whatever.
Somebody
It
else
was
as dumb as we are walking around this cold water.
it was so much bigger and so much wider than an average footprint that but I'm also the guy that I think it would be silly to believe that we are the only things walking or inhabiting this earth,
yeah,
whether it be
To me, it's arrogance from that.
extraterrestrial, you know, Bigfoot, anything like that. I think that there is enough energy and enough things happening and enough different dimensions on a daily basis, anyways,
Mhm.
that I think it would be silly for us to think that we're the only ones hanging out.
But I also say that it's also arrogance on our part because, you know, I use it with people with paranormal investigating. You know, you say the word orb, most people are like, oh, okay, you know, because Well, and Joe does that. That's the reaction that the majority of people get as you say an orb. And I asked some people that I know that
They got
are
faces on them.
that are filmmakers and also experts in photography and the older style camera photography stuff. I'm like, so my question is you're saying that absolutely none of these orbs could ever be anything? That out of 1 million orbs, none could be nothing? They said, well, one of them might be. So I said, now what you're telling me is it's not the fact that none of them could possibly be anything. It's the fact that you're too lazy or we're too arrogant to go view 1 million. So because we don't want to look at 999,999 that aren't anything, we just dismiss them all. That has nothing to do with the fact that there might be something. That has everything to do with our arrogance and our inability and patience to actually follow the evidence. Same as anything else.
See,
I want
to do something like that. Like I, Jason and Jay and I have talked about it numerous times. It's just never been something that I have had that opportunity. Right?
You won't go in the woods though.
I will if enough people go with me.
I'll go. I'll take you.
Okay.
Look, I'll go.
I got the backpack, Joe. I'll put you on the backpack. Right. We'll walk into the woods and we'll take you there. My thing has always been going off of what Jay just said. You know, you do a lot of these conventions, and I've been doing conventions. We've all been doing conventions for years. And you always get the people that come up and be like, hey, I want to show you a video. It's an orb that went over my granddaughter's head, and my mom had just passed 2 weeks ago, and I think it's my grandma or my mom or whatever that's flying over my daughter or whatever. I want you to look at the video. Mm-hmm. I will look at the video, and then I will ask them this: what do you think it is? And if they say, I believe that's my grandma protecting my daughter or whatever, then that's exactly what it is. Mm-hmm. How am I going to tell you that it's just a piece of dust or moisture or whatever? You walked through and kicked up some dust and that flew over and what? Who am I to tell you that it isn't your grandma? It's not your mother. It's not your daughter. It's not your son. It's not whoever. Who am I to tell you that? Right. What do you believe it is? If you believe that it's your mom or whoever, then that's who it is.
Right. If it brings you that peace and it brings you that comfort, then you deserve that moment.
You know what? I had a turning point along those lines. I was doing a convention back when I was with Z Talk Radio, and I don't even remember where we were, but that was back in my my heyday of I was ruthless. People would show me quote evidence, and I tore it apart. And we were sitting at the table, and we watched this guy. He had a big yellow envelope, and he's pulling out these photos, and he was going table to table, right? And I was like, oh boy, here we go, you know. And he's showing these photos, and people were kind of dismissing him, and he'd put it back in the envelope, and he'd go to the next paranormal group or whatever. And everyone's like, oh, please don't come over here because Joe's sitting right here. And sure as shit, here he comes. And he's like, hey, you know, you're in the paranormal field. And I said, yes. And he said, do you mind if I show you some photos? And I was such a dick at the time. I was like, oh yeah, sure. Let me see what you got.
You said at the time?
At the time, yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, just at that time. That's
at that time.
Right. And, at that time.
So now everyone that was around us and with us at the table, they're holding their breath because they're like, oh man, Joe's gonna get us kicked out of here. And he pulls these pictures out, and of course, orbs in these photos. And I kind of roll my eyes, and he said, that's my wife. And I'm like, in the photo, where? I don't see her. Oh, no. And he goes, the orb. And I said, oh, okay. And he goes, yeah, she just died of cancer. I want to say it was like within 6 months. Mm. And he goes, I get these photos all the time in the house. And I feel deep down that that's my wife. My wife is still around me. Mm. And I don't know, like, it was like at that moment, his heart grew 10 times the size, right? Yeah. And I'm like,
Joe's heart grew 10 times.
Yeah, my heart. And
he's the Grinch.
now everybody's like, oh shit, oh my god, this is gonna go bad. And I did something I had never done, and I looked right at the guy and I was like, so that's what you wake up every morning, that's what makes you get through the day and all that. And he said, yeah, it does. Like that's how I've getting through this morning. And I said, you know what, then I would say 100% you're right. And like you could have heard a pin drop.
True Mountain.
And everyone was like and he starts crying, and I'm like, oh Jesus, don't do that. And he was like, well, you know what, thank you. He's like, you were the first person that has actually made me feel better about showing people these photos. And I was like, well, you know what, if that is what you believe, who am I to, like what they said, who am I to tell you that you're wrong? You know,
Right.
we don't know for sure, which we don't, but you know, and
Exactly.
that guy,
Exactly.
he was like, man, can I hug you? And I'm like, ooh, that's kind of pushing it. But, you know, I gave this guy a hug. He sat there and cried on my shoulder for 10 seconds or whatever.
Yeah.
He put his photos away, shook my hand, and went about his, you know, about the convention. And like everyone I knew in the area, like they're speechless. And they were like, what was that all about? And I'm like, again, who am I to tell him that he's a goat nut? Like, I mean, if that is what literally gets you.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What did you just say?
What the
That's
fuck?
Joe's
Wait.
Joe's word, goat nut. Yeah.
That was
you
one
heard
of
it
my
right.
words from way back in the
It's
day.
fucking two words. First of all, two words.
Two
No
words.
one.
No.
It's
Goat
goat
nut.
nut. There's no one
not
word
the
goat
way-
nut.
Yeah, it is the way
Not the
Joe
way
says it,
not
spells
the
it.
way
It's
Joe
one word.
spells it. Not the way Joe spells it. It's goat nut.
Well, that's
But-
One
hey,
word.
listen, that right there that you just said is a complete horror show. All right? Holy
Yeah.
shit.
I am gonna print shirts out one of these days that just says goat nut on it, and that's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude,
But
Joe,
but
quick
Joe's
question.
but Joe's right. I mean, Joe's right. I mean, who are we to tell
Kurt,
you
what is a goat nut?
that's not your wife? I mean, honestly, there's so much
Joe needs to explain goat nut.
there's so much stuff out there. I'm just trying to bag my brother up because it's I mean it is.
no,
I mean,
just
how
one nut. The's no
how
S
do
on it.
you
No, just one.
Wait, now we
Joe,
have
how do
explain
you-
goat nut for everybody. They're asking, they're curious, and they're
Oh,
laughing.
Okay,
Jason,
so
Jason, I'm sorry, but my audience is absolutely enthralled with goat nut.
that
So we
that is what I used to
Yeah.
call people back in my dickhead days.
yesterday.
Yesterday,
he still does it today.
yeah, like you know,
so it's not just back in the day.
you know,
It's
those
it was
people-
yesterday.
those people in the
Especially during
paranormal
this.
field, the people back in the day in the paranormal field, that everything was paranormal. You know, every orb had smiley faces on it. I mean, the whole 9 yards. And
Everything was demonic.
that's where I started calling people goat nuts.
Yep.
Joe, question. I mean,
Yes.
I'm sure you can.
So many.
Yeah, I know. You can obviously pick up what is an orb in the picture I'm referring to. What is an orb, but what is maybe like some dust.
A bug or a dust or all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you believe it was an actual orb?
You know, obviously
Watch it.
investigating. I've been in plenty of basements and attics, and so I've seen all kinds of dust and stuff. Honestly, I wasn't 100% convinced either way, but again, I wasn't going to shoot this guy down and make this guy feel like ass based on my opinion. You know what I mean? Now, if it would have had wings on it and shit like that, I'd have been like, well, okay, come on, bud. But I mean, it was interesting. And what I thought was interesting about his photos is, like, we've all seen different orb photos of dust and stuff like that. It was almost like if you took that same quote orb image and pasted it on multiple photos.
Right.
So like there was no difference in them
Right.
that I could
But
see.
that one was his.
And and that's where I was like, you know what, man, I can't tell you. Like I just can't do it.
Well, I commend you with the, that you gave it a chance to have that open mind and listen to a story behind the picture.
Yeah.
Well, but I mean, honestly, who are we as investigators? Who are we to tell this man who believes that this is his wife
Right.
that it's not?
Well, yeah,
Right.
it's not yours to do.
That's not your wife. It's
Right.
just some dust that you picked up or whatever.
Right.
That's not me. That's not me.
I
If
would.
you believe that your wife is with you and you've captured your wife's energy or aura or whatever in a picture and you genuinely believe that that's her, bro.
Well,
Like I don't I that's not my call to say.
Richie said it earlier.
No, it's not. No, it's
Richie
not.
said it earlier. Every bit of our evidence is circumstantial. You cannot prove anything. So you cannot prove that your
Absolutely.
evidence is exactly what you said it was, and you can't disprove what his belief of his evidence is. So
Right.
it's all circumstantial. So,
But it's also listening to that person talk and kind of like, you're getting a good read of the story, which Joe was doing. And I'm sure the guy, maybe was like real nervous to, talking about it, but you can tell when someone's trying to BS you with the story or, so on and so
Well,
forth. So,
but here's the thing. You take those photos around to all these different paranormal investigators, and a lot of them will be like, "Nope, that's dust. No, that's." But
automatic.
Automatic, right.
You're not looking at the whole picture. Look at
Mhm.
the whole picture as to what's being given to you, and it's to me, it's arrogance that you think you know exactly what's in that picture.
Exactly.
There's there's well, I'm a professional paranormal event. There's no fucking professional. There's professional people in certain things that may, and Jay, we've talked about this 100 times on different shows um, with professional investigators. You may be a professional with this piece of equipment, but you're not a professional paranormal investigator. You're a professional in tracking, or you're a professional in EMF, or you're a professional in this, but there isn't anybody out there 100% a professional paranormal investigator that without a doubt I can go to any place and I can talk to spirits and I can do this and that and I know exactly what I 100% I'm turning this on and I'm talking to these spirits and I'm a professional. Bullshit.
Oh yeah.
I will call bullshit every day of the week.
Well, they think
You
they
might
are, bro.
Oh yeah.
Oh, exactly.
Plenty of
Exactly.
them.
And there's a lot of goat nuts out there
No
that
S.
will do that shit.
Goat.
And that's what hinders us a lot in the paranormal community because we all say that when people are afraid to say it, we'll all say it. It's bullshit. So you can't tell this guy that if he actually believes that that's his wife in these pictures in his living room, whatever, how are
funny,
you going to
Kurt.
say, no, it's not? That's not your wife.
Yeah.
Bro, that's you walked through earlier and you kicked up some dust and then you turned around and you took that picture and it's just a piece of dust, and that's not your wife. So go back to bed, bro. That's not like
So well on point, Jason.
you know what I mean? Who am I? Who
That's
are we
different.
to tell you?
Yeah,
to
that's
tell you
above.
that?
That's above on the spiritual scale as just investigating. It's one thing if it's between you and another researcher. You know what I mean? But when they present it to you like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you hug him, Joe?
I did.
And Joe's not a touchy person either.
No, I do not
No.
give people. I don't like.
Was it like a distant reach around, or was it a good
No,
hug?
that's what I did to him.
No,
No, he like.
We've
it was a nose. It was a nose to belly button hug.
Yeah, right.
we've had
Joe.
actually we've had a couple of different experiences where when we were filming with Bodine, we were out filming with Bodine the Bigfoot. Everybody knows Bodine the Bigfoot. If you don't know Bodine the Bigfoot, God, please check him out on
Serious
Facebook.
question here too.
He is Okay, do we need to field a question before I talk about something else?
I mean, if you want to, I just put things up in it and we have fun with it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
you can
no,
talk
let's.
about Bodine and then we can go to the question. I'll take it down. I'll put it back up. I don't know if you've been watching the show, Jason. I mean, we've only been here for 2 hours, sir. This is not new.
Is somebody yelling at me? I don't
No, not at all.
understand why. Anybody's-
Take
got-
Get
57,
used to it.
Jason.
Well, let's answer the goddamn question then. Let's
Fine.
do
A
it.
serious question
Let's-
for you guys.
let's-
I'm going to ask
let's do
it
it.
seriously, Jason. Do you think
Fucking
it
do
might
it.
be whatever, goat nut? Be better to be cautious or just taking someone's word to ensure that you don't feed into something that could be false? In some cases, yes. That's as serious as I could answer that shit.
I don't
Richie,
know.
your kids must be scrambling.
You were yelling at me, so I didn't even understand the question. So
Can you
I'll
read
just
the
read
screen?
it.
You
No.
sound
I'll
like
just
my
read
kid.
it.
You sound like my
I'll
kids.
just-
Now just do this
I'll
to
just
your
read
face.
it. I'll just read
do
it
this to your
myself.
face.
His kids are
I'll
probably
read it
scrambling
myself.
to get in their
All
room.
right. A serious
Dad's
question.
yelling at us.
A serious
Do
question
you
for you
think
guys.
it?
Do you think it might be better to be cautious on just taking someone's word to ensure that you don't feed into something that could be false? Can I start off by as a researcher answering this, and then we can move to
Yeah,
the
no,
panel if you want.
absolutely answer
No
it.
disrespect
Absolutely answer it.
intended. So what I like to do is I like to turn that into an educational type of research. So I would say, depending on the evidence, let's go look here and see if there's something else to it. Or let's go, did this happen? Did you hear this? What came along with that piece of evidence? You know what I mean? Have that conversation and say, hey, I would go back. And then sometimes when you do that, they'll actually say, oh, yeah. No, there was something over here that was like what you're saying. And then you can start having dialogue. And then I'll recommend going back and doing a follow-up, kind of like Wojo did with you guys, to the water that you never did, you two yahoos. So
I can tell you, I will
wanna go
never,
back.
I will never discount or talk down on anybody's personal experience. So if you come to my table or you come to our table and you want to discuss something, I am never going to um, belittle you or talk down on your experience.
ever.
I wasn't there. So if you're talking to me about
Yep.
your experience and you want my opinion on your experience, I will take that experience as something 100% and I will address that accordingly. But
Mhm.
I will never try to pick apart or pick a piece of whatever and try to uh, belittle you or whatever on on what you're telling me because I honestly at the end of the day we're not gaining anything by it. We're not gaining anything by you telling me something false for you to get an answer from me that's false so that we can leave the table with answers that are false.
Yeah.
So I will never not take anybody's experience or anything from what it is. If you come and talk to us about an experience, we will definitely take that and address it accordingly. But I'm not just going to piece it together. If
Mhm.
I'm taking what you said to me as real,
Mhm.
and I'm going to answer that as real as I possibly can.
Yep.
And can I just add? It's perfectly said, Jason. Because once you do, like you lie, you set that precedent amongst yourself and your team, and that's what you don't want.
Mhm.
And you just want to be as truthful as you possibly can, and ask those questions, so on and so forth. I mean and that's what we do in our research. And there are people like we put up pictures and whatever. People are like, there's no Bigfoot in the woods. That is not Bigfoot. We didn't say it's Bigfoot
Nope.
or things like that. We just show unnatural stuff, that things that if me, Richie, and 10 other guys can't do. I'm telling you. And that's why you have that discussion, meaning people on the outside should have these discussions instead of just like shitting on you and saying there is no Bigfoot. Well, fine, then you tell me why there's no Bigfoot does not exist.
Explain to me why he doesn't exist.
But see, that's where I've taken things into a different direction. Used to I see a lot of people in the paranormal, the cryptid community, all of them are defensive of what they're experiencing and what they're trying to explain to people about things. And people will say exactly what you're saying is, well, that's not true, or that's not this, or that's not that. Every single time, the majority of the people in my life that I've watched have always said, well, I can show you this, I can show you that. I flipped the script. I know exactly what I experienced. I know exactly what I saw. I know exactly what my intelligence level is. And I've explained to you what I felt. So I asked him, are you saying that I'm lying? Well, no, I'm not saying that you're lying, but it couldn't happen. Well, then show me how it could happen. I know it's no longer my burden to prove to you what I experienced and what I saw and what I did. If you don't think it happened, show me how it didn't. That way you educate me on where I am wrong. Yep. Because unless you can prove to me that I'm wrong, then how is my experience wrong? If you disagree without any proof, you're now just discrediting me and calling me a liar. Right. It's not my job to prove to you. It's your job now to disprove me. Right. I know what I went. I stand on my word. I will stand on my integrity. I will stand on my honor about it. And I will die on that hill.
I had a friend of like 40 years pull this shit on me 2 weeks ago on Facebook. And I put it up there and said, explain to me why there isn't. You know what I mean? Explain to me. And then and basically his answer was the scientific thing. And, and then it was like, you might believe it exists, but it doesn't, Rich. How the fuck we having a healthy debate with that sentence?
Where
do we go from here except shutting up now and just staring at each other?
Where's the scientific proof that it doesn't?
Right. Exactly what Wojo says. Where's the scientific proof that it doesn't?
And that's what you guys were talking about earlier, Jay, with fishing. So you take somebody fishing that's never fished before. Right. You go out and fish, you throw worms out or bobbers or whatever, and you throw them out for fucking 4 hours and you don't catch any fish. Right. So then that person goes, there's no fucking fish in that water. Yeah. Well, then you take them out the next day and you throw out, and the first thing you throw out in the morning, you're catching a big ass, 8-foot fucking catfish or whatever that's on the fucking. Now it's like, oh my god, but the day before it's like, well, there's no fish in that water.
I know.
So it's like I don't. Yeah, it's like
I'm firm believer that we no longer have to prove our evidence. We know exactly what you experienced, and I tell people all the time when we're working with new people, the only way that you can take this experience away from you is if you allow them to take it from you. You know what you're an intelligent, open-minded, free-thinking human being. Yep. You know exactly what you experienced, and the only way they can take it from you is you allow it.
Right.
Stand your ground on what you believe and make them discredit you. Don't give them the evidence and the ammunition to do that. The burden of proof is on them to sway you that you didn't feel this, you didn't see this, you didn't hear that.
Right.
I got to prove you nothing. I know what I did. I know what I did.
I used to have this argument with my favorite people in the paranormal field, psychics.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And get your checkbook out, boys.
Look at I'm having some problems here.
But anyways,
sorry.
But they,
where they
would have
would
already known. They'd have already known we were having problems.
Exactly. Well, and I would try to have debates with people like that, and I would get the typical textbook. Well, I know what happened. I was there. I know what happened. I talked to the spirits. I did this, and it's like okay. And then what really jaded me on it was, well, you can read it in my book. Oh no, eat me. No, like, let's have a debate about this. Let's talk about this.
Have a discussion. Yeah.
So it just, and that's why I was always jaded when it came to that topic. But like what they were saying, when it comes to cryptids and to Bigfoot, right? I don't know enough. I haven't been around it enough. I don't have the experience to 100% be like, oh no, everyone's full of shit. It doesn't exist.
Yep.
But I want to. Like, I want to go out there. I want to experience that. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
No, but you're gonna have to sleep in tents with us, Joe, and you're gonna have to actually do
so hot. That's so hot.
Yeah.
Why don't you just go out during the day, then go back home?
No. We need. And you know what? And I'm telling you, next year we're gonna come out for an extended. We're gonna like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we're gonna come out. We're gonna camp on your property, and we're gonna be out there for 3 or 4 days. We're not coming back in to do anything.
Whoa, what's this camp shit? I'm old and fat. I'll sleep on the ground.
we're gonna do that shit on your property, brother, and we're
So
gonna
buy a
film it
cart.
all.
Yeah, mattress, brother.
Yeah.
Buy a car. So the one thing I want to touch on with what Jay was saying, when it comes to that point, because it was kind of like with the person I was talking about, know him for 40 years, streets, the whole 9 yards, and I'm like, why do you see me as a liar? Like, have I ever told a story or seeked attention or needed attention or needed friends? Like, I wanted to go there, but then I went, you know what? I'm not even going to go there because he's already bypassed that. He's already gone past that. He knows who he's talking to. And he basically just called me a liar, and I'm delusional, like you said, right? And I'm like, you know what? There's no point in having that conversation. So we always say this, right? Like, for instance, look what's behind me, right? And this is what I'll show you. There you guys are. So you see what's behind me. Now, these are the zinger wrappers we leave on our gifting chair. Every one of them come back like this. There's no claw marks, no scratch marks, no nothing, no rodents, no nothing at all. That is torn open like Jay Lynch was about to eat it. You understand that? Right, Jay? Right? Ripped right down.
Slam that son of a.
Oh yeah.
Right? Now think of that, right?
I'll show you what they call it a zinger.
Zinger. So that's why it should create a respectful conversation of why in the woods is this thing not torn apart by a squirrel, by a possum, by a raccoon, by anything that's out there. I don't want to hear about bear. Shut up about the bear.
No, wait a minute. I'm going to ask some questions on this topic right here.
I wait till I get to the next picture, then you can because they're related.
Yeah, Jay.
Kind of like your cousins.
And on the other side of it, there's these.
What is that?
Fingerprints.
That's an ultrasound of my daughter. No,
No.
That looks like fingerprints.
Very good.
Okay.
You're getting good at this.
Oh, I've been good at this for years.
Well.
And look what's different about
that's
those
not what Teresa said.
Now, you guys that have been in the police force or whatever else, maybe you've done some investigations and all that.
I've been fingerprinted.
All right. Do you know what's unique about these fingerprints then? I'm not trying to, question your, authority.
But straight lines. They're not even swirled or anything.
Boom! Right there, right off the bat.
That's why I always love the bearded man.
We got an expert.
Boom!
Boom! Eat it!
He's a
My
professional.
thing is,
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Go back to the first picture.
That is a twerker right there.
If you go back to the first picture,
all right, I'm going.
When you picked the things up out of the woods and you brought them inside, how did you bring them in? What did you?
No, sir. All right, so this is the beautiful part of YouTube Live. Is that it? Yeah. The beautiful part about YouTube Live is I have those fingerprints on YouTube Live when I found the wrapper. The fingerprints that you see, and I know where you're going with that. My oils, right?
No, that's not where I'm going.
All right, well then fine.
Okay.
You don't need to yell.
Now, when you found the wrapper in the woods, and when you went to bring it back to your house or wherever, when you picked it up, you probably picked it by a corner, and you probably put it inside of a cellophane bag or something like that, so it's not just sticking in your pocket, right?
Yeah. No. So it goes either in a bag or in a pocket, a specific pocket in my backpack. Or what we've been doing is kind of, and I do have rubber gloves, not all the time. I'm not saying I do all the time, but and I can't tell you this here, but we'll put them right in the peanut butter jars that is usually next to them. We've been doing that and putting the lids on them.
Okay, my thing is, but once you said you put it inside of a backpack or something like that, that's why I'm asking, because if you look at the first one and how clean it is, if it was an animal, a rodent, or a bear, something like that, it would have dirt smears all over it and everything else. So if you put it in a pocket, you could have rubbed off the dirt. But something that would open it by not getting it dirty, an animal would have it rubbed all over the ground. It'd be muddy and all get out. It'd be dirty as all get out. It'd have leaf fodder on it and everything else. And that wrapper is a lot cleans that, like a person or something that had manual dexterity opened the wrapper.
Correct.
That's what I'm looking at.
Right. That's the point of the wrappers that we keep showing people. They're torn open. There's nothing else there. It's like you're saying, it's not being kicked around the ground.
It's not being rolled around on the ground.
Do you do trail cams or anything when you
Yeah, we do trail cams. Trail cams are very, very, very little percentage as far as success goes. This picture here is I want to show is what comes from the prints. It's the paint on the ingredient area. See? Which way am I going? In here. So you got the ingredient area right here.
Yeah.
Right? Gotcha.
That and up here. So then if you look back here, you could see that's the white of it. But the key is, like Jay said, There's no swirls in these. These are not from a person. You can just tell that. Nothing else matters. The fact that biologically, right, biology wise, or whatever you want to say, scientific, if you will, those are not of human nature. They're straight.
Yeah,
There's
they're
no-
straight lines.
Yes.
Can I also add something after you're done, Rich?
I suppose. Go ahead. I'll let you do it now. Fine.
All right. So, Rich, can you kind of turn to your left again?
Goat nut.
Where it says
What's
hostess?
the red heart? That's what I want to know. What's the
Part
red
of the
heart?
wrapper.
That's the company hostess.
All right. So the company hostess. All right. That whole area. You see how it's kind of like faded and everything else? Let me ask you guys this too. Just popped in my mind.
Is this good, Wojo?
Get out of there, Rich. I know how you are. If something was holding that for a period of time, and would you say, like, you see how it's kind of faded? Do you think it's because there's so much heat drawn to that wrapper?
It's the oils.
Oil.
So
The oils and the heat, maybe?
It would be the oils. It would be the oils in the hands.
Yes.
Is what leaves the prints.
Hi, it's me, Joe. Joe. Hey, it's me, Joe. Hey, mind if I get a word in edgewise down here? What kind of bullshit show is this?
So I can tell you that you need
Richie's
three,
head is. I'm sorry to cut.
so you need 3 layers of gloves, latex gloves, in order to not leave a fingerprint on anything. I probably shouldn't be telling you this anyways, but whatever.
Right.
Because the oils. So the oils seep through latex.
Yep.
So even if you wear a pair of
Good
latex
point,
gloves and touch anything, you're still going to leave prints.
Something. Yep.
Second pair of latex gloves, you still leave prints. Third pair of latex gloves, you don't leave the oils. So with fingerprints and all that, you leave the oils, and that's what leaves the prints, which you can then go back and swab, obviously, to get that kind of stuff. So there's definitely some kind of humanistic texture there that left enough oils on the print to be able to pull. My question is, what did you use to pull the prints?
We didn't pull them at all. Those are right there. They're on it.
But Mountain,
Well, how did you get the prints? Is my question.
It came from the paint of the white to the paint of the blue. It has nothing pulled whatsoever. That's what was on the wrapper when I found it, just like that.
Mountain Bucks has a good point there. Could be a palm print.
How did you pull it? How did you pull it? Is my question.
I didn't pull it. Are we still talking about the prints?
I'm trying to talk about the prints.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I'm not talking about your OnlyFans.
So
I'm not talking about your OnlyFans.
So
Jason,
above Richie's head, okay. You see how everything's all faded? That's all white. So that white that's probably still on the fingers went to the blue side where those prints were attached.
He got it on his fingers or hand, and then touched the thing again, and the white transferred. The white transferred from the wrapper to the hand, and then from the hand to the wrapper.
Correct.
Yeah. When they repositioned the hand.
The white from the ingredients.
Okay, so you
never.
You took the wrapper
as is,
and then you basically edited that to take it to the blue to pull the. Like, I'm trying to figure out how you pulled the prints so that we can see the prints.
All right, I love you. Jason's a very smart man, but he's losing us here. Could someone help me out? Joe, step in, please.
Another shot of bourbon.
No, he's not saying that he pulled the prints.
Right.
That's what was on the wrapper itself.
Correct.
So you're not pulling prints. You're not pulling the oil.
It's no different than putting your hand in paint and then picking your hand up and putting it over someplace else.
Right.
You now take the paint from here and let your handprint over there.
Right. He pulled his own print.
No, I'm saying what's the blue then? How did you make it blue?
The wrapper. The blue.
The wrapper.
The paint
part of the wrapper.
Blue. Yeah, it's part of the wrapper. The company has a blue logo with the heart that you see. Correct. And the white that came off is by the ingredients. Where the ingredients is white. You see it serving of food, content. What does it say? Contributes to a daily diet. Blah blah blah. That area there has their paint on it from the factory.
He's seen cupcakes before.
Nothing to do with me. And whatever opened this wrapper held it too long or whatever the case might have been, ripped it open, and the white transferred from the ingredients area to the blue label area.
Okay, so the blue is part of the wrapper.
Correct. And the
Correct.
white paint from
I
the
thought-
ingredients is placed on it. I see what you're saying, like we drew it out of it.
Okay, so I thought like this half was the wrapper, this half was something that you pulled off. So I get it now.
So
I
over Richie's
thought the-
shoulder,
I
you can see
thought-
the smudge
Yeah.
of the
I
white.
thought the blue was maybe an enhanced or whatever part of the wrapper that you like edited to pull the print off of. I get it now. Okay. I understand. I understand now. I thought the blue part was you editing this part of it to show more of the print, as this part was just the regular
Just
wrapper.
ink transference.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's the beauty
get
of it. Is that how this is exactly how we found the print in the woods.
Okay.
I mean, the wrapper.
I get it.
And the
I get it
wrapper,
now.
if it had
That's my
been an animal, it would have been destroyed a lot more than what that's just been pulled open.
And I do think it would be a finger,
rather than a
just-
palm.
and I'm kind of very.
Can you go back to this one and then go back to the other one that shows more of the
so
the
this
actual
one,
imprints?
this one, so here you.
I see. Okay, I see now where the heart and the blue.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I get it now.
Yeah,
I get it now.
And this ain't necessarily.
Sorry, I'm stupid.
No, you're not stupid. No, you're trying to understand it through a picture. We're trying to understand it when we're staring there, looking at it, going, "What in the fuck is going on?" This place is freaking nuts. I'm telling you.
All right, so this is great because we have a couple of cops here. Rich, can you go back to that other the other picture with the prints? I have a question about the prints to the right on the blue.
The one with the label or the one on? One?
The one on the blue. Okay.
This one, this is the one that got me because you can definitely see a finger with the red heart. So this is okay. Now I see the bottom part of it too with the black and white. All right, now I get it.
All right, so
I get it.
Crazy,
I
right?
I was lost with because I thought I was just looking. Yeah, I am. I'm stupid.
So my question to you guys, is now you look at the prints, you see the thick blue line, the lines. Is that like a scar? Maybe like if you had a scar on your thumb or on your finger.
You know what? And that's what I was gonna say is why I thought it was a finger. Because if you look at your finger,
it
when you have
almost
your
looks
finger
like
bent,
it's doing this.
you have that line.
Yeah.
Right. And
It almost looks like it's doing this. So it's picking it up with one finger and a bent finger. So you have your index finger,
those lines right
and
there.
then you have your index finger, and then this is more of like so it's like reaching down to scoop it with just your index finger.
Oh, that's
so maybe you're like
then-
in this position trying to rip it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
because then look at the next part.
Yes.
It almost looks like another knuckle. So it looks like one finger is reaching down to pick it up, and the other imprints are knuckles from the other part of the hand reaching down
and
down to pick it up.
Right.
That's what it looks like to me.
And think
now.
about this.
I get it.
Think about this. We don't know what their lines are like. These
Sure.
lines, they could be totally different. We don't know. So they could have double lines, like right near each other. We have no idea. We know it's similar.
Right.
We know it's similar, right? And it's like we picked up a pile of poop out in the woods the other day, 3.7 pounds, right? And some was missing when we came back. So I knew it was close to 4 pounds.
That was me. It was Taco Bell. Sorry.
Yeah, I always get you every time. I thought it was Animal from Animal Expedition Files. He loves Taco Bell.
It might be. It might be, Josh.
But it was like almost 4 pounds. And we did a Google search through a friend of ours, Tim Vogel, suggested it. He goes, "Why don't you Google gorilla poop? It's quite interesting." And he's not a guy. He's the first one that'll tell you it's a bear. Even when I try to explain to him, we don't really have bear here. So it was almost a perfect match. So like things like that. That's what I mean. Like there could be slightly different things in there combined with perhaps a primate closer to a gorilla, right? And then something along the lines of us. But the key to me here is, period, point blank, is that we show it to Jay Lynch, and he said something about him. I didn't know you did. I had no idea you did fingerprints. I brought this piece of evidence out because we had some law enforcement background here. Jay was a freaking Trojan horse right there. I had no idea. And the first
Jay doesn't do fingerprints. Jay's been fingerprinted.
Yeah, good. Okay. But the beautiful part is you picked up right on exactly the answer I was going to give if you didn't get it. They're not swirls, they're straight lines. And that
Yeah, they
tells
are all straight lines.
right.
And it, honest to God, it looks like a finger and knuckles. So
Yeah.
the finger is on that,
No,
and
I
the
like that.
knuckles,
I like that.
which would be
Yeah.
more of reaching down as a primitive instead of a
Yeah.
human, which would reach down on all fingers to pick
Right.
up.
Right. Because that's why I noticed those lines.
Primitive would
Those
be
lines.
primitive would be one with a thumb, and knuckles would be hitting
Yes.
that.
Right. Exactly.
And
Right.
if you actually look,
Tension it to open it.
the finger with the knuckles almost lines up adjacent to
I think that's great.
where we would be.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
seriously.
wild. Yeah, no, that's wild, and I think you redeemed yourself after all that stupid shit you pulled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
And-
I honest to God, it was I completely admit I was fucking dumb.
No,
there.
I know, but you got
because-
it now, and I love that. I never even considered that.
What was that?
because I was kind of looking at it completely different. I
Upside
wasn't
down.
understanding what you were putting out there. But yeah, I mean I get it now. Because
love
I
it.
thought earlier it was like black and white, and then this is the blue,
Yep.
and now we're transferring.
You went to
I get it.
Cophead. You had Cophead going, and you
I
just
get
went
it.
right to what you were used to. So the point is here, guys, we just had this discussion, and
I get it. That's
everybody
fun.
on the side that watch my live shows know how we think. We just
Yeah.
had respectful conversation, and look what we just discovered about the piece of evidence that we all found in the woods that we know was on it. We've already seen this. It could have been boring. You're like, I already seen this piece of evidence. But through respectful research and respectful discussion, we just discovered a few things, and we got some kind of confirmation. Think about it through other people's eyes. So don't be an asshole to each other. Talk
Here's
about
something for
things.
you.
Hey, Rich,
Oh my
Steven's
God,
got a good.
we actually talked about something and debated about something that we disagreed for a minute, but we all came together.
I want to add something to. I want to
Joe
add
has something
something
to
to.
say.
I want to add something to you guys' side of the fence on this one. Right?
Okay.
This is from my 25%.
Okay.
Do you ever think that maybe why you don't have a better print or a full print is maybe some of it's being blocked by fur or hair?
It's a very good point, and it could
Terry
be.
Palm.
And maybe it depends on the time of year. Maybe they lose here, maybe they gain here, maybe they never do either one. And that's it. And that's a great. See, now I think you're up to 27% because you said that.
Right.
Maybe 30.
That means your mind is thinking. Your mind is thinking, and that's the beautiful part.
Well,
that's what this
but
is
see,
for.
I mean, here's the thing too. If you're dealing with like an interdimensional being that can move from dimension to dimension or whatever,
Big if, yep.
and you're dealing with that kind of thing, maybe it won't leave what we think is a print, like Joe was saying, if hair or whatever, or maybe it just doesn't it doesn't transfer like we would see a transfer. We see a transfer, a human transfer. Well, this isn't a human transfer. This is something different. Like, and I always, when I talk about this shit, I always go back to what Jay and I saw in the water out of Travis. Like,
that's your experience.
What made those footprints? Like, there was something out there that went through that fucking water that made those footprints that nobody saw whenever it went through.
Mm-hmm.
So who am I to say, it does exist or doesn't exist? Like, obviously, there was something there that made this.
Yeah.
It wasn't it wasn't me, it wasn't Jay, it wasn't anybody around there.
Right.
So what landed or what was there that went through this water that made these prints for us to see that then just disappeared, that we couldn't track anymore, that has gone just like this? What reached down and grabbed this wrapper that you actually have some sort of print with that doesn't make sense, that doesn't wrap around the whole human part of identity or whatever? What makes that? Like it's just
Dog
it's
man,
amazing. It's amazing to me
goat nut.
that I mean it's out there, man. It's out
Yep,
there for sure.
it is.
And
And
it shows itself, and we just always dismiss it as, oh well, it might have been something else, or and that's fine if you do, but if you're really looking for something, I mean it's there. I mean that's 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 pretty cool shit there, man.
thank you, bro. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And D Hoot says, can DNA be gotten from the prints because of the oils?
Possibly, yeah.
Is that something that could have happened? Is that an eDNA? Is that like a real tough pull?
It'd be. I don't know if it'd be
It
enough amount there with being oil from the palm. It might be too much of a trace amount. But if they could get enough
so
off it,
when
they could.
Possibility.
what you'd be able to do is to pull the print,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think you'd be able to pull DNA off that print
Mm-hmm.
Not
because
enough.
it's on the plastic. So you'd be able to pull the profile of the print,
Mm.
but you wouldn't be able to pull actually DNA off
What if,
the print.
what about a footprint from the
Again,
dirt? Same
I think
thing.
that you'd be able to pull the ridges
Mm.
off the print, but I don't believe you'd be able to pull DNA
Mm.
off.
Yeah.
If there was blood, if there was spit or saliva, or
Yep.
there was hair
We got
or
plenty of
something
that.
like that,
Mm-hmm.
then you'd be able to pull the DNA off of that.
Mm-hmm.
But a print, you would be able to pull the ridges, and you'd be able to do that to see if it matched anything. But I don't think there's enough DNA there on a print that you'd be able to pull off of
Not on the
that to be able
plastic, and
to
then not the way it was picked up and contained.
Richie, show them one of the peanut butter
identify that.
jars that's crystal clear.
The peanut butter jar? Well, it's not my background.
It has skin cells, but it'd have to have a larger amount of skin cells.
The
With
timing
being on
would
plastic, it would not retain the skin cells with way how we picked it up and then put it inside of a baggie or a pocket. You got transfer from that. You have too much outside source, not contamination, that it probably wouldn't allow enough skin cells to be there.
I don't know which one I have to where we could reach it, Wojo. Let me see.
Yeah.
You definitely get the bad thing about getting DNA samples from the poop is now you have to separate what it ate. And if it's omnivore or carnivorous, you're going to get the DNA from those creatures also.
It's not happening.
Fully digested.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's icky. I mean, we have like one of the so on the peanut butter jars. Our friend the Vogel brothers, Tim told me to grab like some Vaseline. Just
I don't know if you can see it in the background.
Apply it around the peanut butter jar to try to get some sort of like there's the picture. To try to get their their digits, but also their hair. And this is the picture in the background. Is what we believe is hair from the peanut butter jar the following day. Okay. And ever since I've been putting I use Bag Bomb, and it's been like clean, like clean as a whistle. The whole jar clean, inside and outside. But in this picture, this is my first time trying it, and we believe it might be it's like a piece of hair wrapped around it.
Yeah, I'm trying to see.
With only 2 pieces of hair, I think it would still be kind of hard to pull DNA unless you went into a deep search, because that's not that much material to get stuff from.
No, and I think it all depends on timing. I mean, time is everything, and I think Mountain Buck kind of brought it up. Kind of depending on how long it's there, it would be inconclusive.
Yeah, but the good thing about hair is hair is one of the last things that actually decomposes over time. It's
correct.
Like, I mean, look in a grave and stuff like that, but the hair seems like it grows when it doesn't grow. The skin shrinks away. The hair's there long after skin and everything else. So are fingernails. So they last longer in a decomposition than what most things do on a human body or any animal.
Yeah, and exactly. And I'm trying to see. No.
Let me ask you this, guys. Yes. What's your best piece of evidence that you found on your property as far as like Bigfoot or Squatch?
The ice print is pretty cool amazing.
Hairs,
yeah, the small ice print.
How thick and coarse were those hairs?
They're pretty thick and pretty coarse. Yeah. I have a microscope. I got to put them on to see if there's a medulla in the middle. If there's no medulla, then it's more of an apes don't have the medulla like we do. So yeah, it's just they're almost like pine straw.
I was like you're white.
Yeah, they can be. I mean,
blonde color.
Kind of like your beard.
yeah, like an elder. Yeah.
7 years ago.
7 years ago.
Oh, he's starting to look more like Moses by the moment.
Yeah, no, I think the ice print is pretty amazing, and I think the
And how far away from your house was the ice print?
Oh,
that logo is pretty damn amazing.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. That's my team,
Yeah.
man. That's my vision, and then my team comes together, and then Wojo actually
we need
gave
shirts.
his name.
We need shirts, bro.
We
Yeah,
just
no
can't get in the store and order them.
Yeah, and his name is Jackson. He's named after my son Jack and Jack's son Jackson. So, and Wojo gave him that name, and I kind of had the vision of it, and Bobby Lee built them, and then the eyes are what I actually saw.
Oh yeah, that was freaky, man.
In the trees, and I wasn't a believer. I wasn't buying the self-illuminating eye shit. And then this guy showed up, and he showed me one eye, like let me see, like this.
Thanks, Mino.
And then when I didn't believe him, and then it was like I didn't believe him. And then he kind of went like this. I saw motion like this. He looked down right at me, showed me two eyes, and then went right back up to the tree to one eye. And you hear me on the live going, "What the hell am I looking at, Wojo? What the fuck is going on?" I could not believe my eyes of what I was dealing with. So that's why those eyes are that color, because that's what I saw.
And
what do you on your property? Do you camp out there a lot, or you just go back to the house and sleep?
No. So the property is now occupied by my first wife. So we shared the property. We've owned the property since 2002. When we were married and stuff, and I was living there, I would hear things walking around out back. And if you know the property bottlenecks to my yard to a game trail that walks right up to my yard.
Right.
And there's 94 acres of conservation, and 1 mile out there's a major riverway. But before the granola people came along and built the trail, because they don't like to get in their little feetsies wet.
Did you say granola?
Yeah, granola people.
Okay.
I am the granola people. Do you like my Subaru? Yeah, those guys.
Joe's definition of goat nuts.
Yeah, goat nut.
Exactly.
Yeah, before goat nuts. Yeah, before the goat nuts came along. So you only have one way in or a kayak, and you had to know your way in. So I was hearing this walking around, and then I'd hear snaps, and then I'd hear from walking on the ground. So I got to so good at it, I could tell a difference when they stepped on something or when it was up here and snapped. It's a different sound. And and this went on for years. And I kept going, what the hell? And it was mostly daytime, because I wasn't out there at night a lot. It is pretty freaky. And I didn't have a lot of friends over to hang out and stuff like that. But one night I was out there. I had a little fire going. It was around 10 o'clock. It was getting late. And I was by myself. Everybody went in, and I started hearing it. And I'm going, what the? And I go up to the fence, and I'm looking for a flashlight, or I'm looking for a headlamp, and I ain't seeing anything. And then all of a sudden this fight or flight hits me, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense. That's not normal. So I start backing up, and I never douse a fire with water. I always let it burn out to ash. And I doused that bitch, and I went inside. Now I was on my couch till 3 a.m. looking at the ceiling, going, who the fuck could be out there? How are they doing that? And then some of the snaps got louder and bigger, and then I'm going, where's the strength to even do that? And then the fire pit incident came 2 o'clock in the afternoon, almost October-ish, September-ish, October. No rain, no wind, no clouds, beautiful, bright, sunny day. And I'm sweeping around that same fire pit, cleaning up. And I hear one pull, just like that. And I'm raking like this. And I look up to my right, kind of diagonal like this. And I see this like 40-foot elm tree. And I got goosebumps up and down my arms. And this tree, I watched this tree come down at like 40 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour. It got ripped to the ground. And I watched it, but there's this thicket of bushes that goes like this, and they're about 12 feet high, and my game trail's in front of it. And then there's a big clearing behind it before you go into the swamplands. And I said, oh my God, that's in that clearing, I'm thinking, right? So I grabbed my phone, I go, and I had already been dealing with this thing for a while. I go, come on, where you at? And I held my phone out. And you could hear it through the thicket, that those bushes I was telling you about. You could hear it on the phone, and it wasn't as loud on my phone as it was in person. It goes like that. And I jump back and I go, what the fuck was that? And you can hear it. You can hear me saying this on the recording. So then I get this stupid man gene and I go, hey, man, listen up. You know, this, I'll respect you. You respect me, dude. I don't know what the hell happened. I'm freaked out. And I'm putting my hands up and I'm talking to him. And then I go, what are you fucking doing? It can see you and you can't see it, you moron. You know what I mean? So I start backing up. Now I have an acre of grass. So I'm up to the front of the acre now by the road where I felt safe. And my hands go down on my knees like this, and I'm looking at the ground, and I'm honestly rethinking my life. And I'm going, I just put an intelligent response with a guttural sound directed at me and what I was saying to it. And it's all computing in my head. And I have a good friend of mine, my fifth son, Joshua, is named after him. And I call him up. He's a preacher down in South Carolina. I said, bro, I need you to talk to God for me because I don't understand what just happened to me. I'm going to send you a video, and I want you to see it. And he calls me back. He goes, dude, what was that? And I said, exactly what I need you to talk to God about. Thank you. It was absolutely mind-blowing. And that was it. I was a researcher. I needed to find out now. I went out the next day. I had a whole video. It's got like 11,000 views on my YouTube. It's the dumbest video with a burned out friend of mine. He's going, how is that happening? Anyways, so you see this fresh, like elm tree, oak tree, whatever it is. And it's like this thick around. And it is completely shattered about 8 feet up and pulled to the ground. And that was it. And that's what started it, man. So that experience.
So if we come out with you, are we going to be able to get the grounds? Are we going to be able to stay a night or two, or what are we going to do if we come out with?
Well, I
with you
think
guys?
I think as it approaches, because I'm literally 7 minutes from my research area right now with my new house. Right, I still own that other
Okay.
house. My first wife still lives there. My older kids live there. And we can
Is
go
she
there.
gonna is she gonna let us?
I go there anytime I fucking want. So
She's gonna
I
shoot
don't
at Jason.
only
Right.
I,
She going pew, pew, like, oh, we're
Yeah.
here with Richie. Pew,
that,
fuck Richie. Pow, pow,
that ain't gonna
pow.
help. Oh, good. Bang bang. But
Right.
no, but now like I said, the granola people built an area that you can just park and go in. It doesn't matter. So you can just go
Well,
in from
but
the side.
if we can access your land
Yep.
and go back there and stay for 2 like, because what I want to do, and Joe's not gonna like it, but Jay is gonna love it. But what I want to do is go back and stay there for like 2 or 3 days
Mm-hmm.
and not leave the area whatsoever. So find a campsite,
Mm-hmm.
throw up a couple of tents,
So that would
you
be
know,
the other. Yeah, we could
build
do
a
both.
fire,
But see,
or whatever, and
there's a problem with that.
just live there.
There's a problem with that. In my opinion, when you're doing any kind of research along with this lines, when you go in and you stay for a few hours, you come back out, you tend to disturb the environment less and become a nuisance to the things that are normally going on there. When you go in and you stay for a long, extended period of time like that, the animals know that you're not normally there and stuff, and they change their pattern and they change their habits and they avoid you, whether it be birds or whatever, because they smell your scent, your smoke, and everything else. You now disturb the chance of being able to find things more and capture evidence because you're staying there too long.
Mm-hmm.
In for a few hours and out, that's your best primitive attack because you don't disturb their environment. You don't disturb their normal patterns and normal behavior.
Well, actually, let me pull this back. Well, I'll tell you. Let me explain one. Oh, I like. Whoa, that is some close-up shit going on.
Really? See, I would think that would be total opposite. I mean,
Well,
if we go investigate, if we do paranormal shit, and there's
Yep.
places where you can rent out the place for the whole entire night,
Mhm.
and you go and investigate all night
But
long.
you're
I
applying
don't-
paranormal investigation style to hunting. And hunting, I've hunted all my life, and we ran trap lines. You set your trap stuff out, and then you go back because you want them to follow their normal pattern. That's why there's trails, and the game animals will follow the trails. The predators will follow the game animals. And if you're there, and if you're saying stuff, and you're putting out smoke and all that stuff, going to hear you talk or anything else, they're going to avoid you more. That's why people start getting trail camps and things like that. That way, they don't contaminate their environment.
Well, let me explain something to you, right?
All right, you go ahead, Rich.
We are very, 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 very connected. Where did it kick Jay? Where's Jay? I don't see him up here.
Good. I like being gone.
Rude.
Go.
Oh, there he is. No, that ain't him. Can we go
No,
back
I mean,
a little bit?
I don't know that much about
There it is.
Bigfoot, whatever.
Oh,
So
I'll explain to you
if
though.
that's,
That might
Any
help.
animal.
I would love to be able to stay out to listen. You know what I mean? Whether we're investigating or not,
Right.
we could have some cameras going, but
Right.
just to sit out, have some bourbon or pop or whatever, sit around, have a campfire, and just bullshit and listen to what's happening around us.
Right.
I
And
think that would be fun.
I can
But I
clear this
mean,
up.
if that's not something we can do, then
That
I you
would
know
nothing
I
something that
don't
you can
I
do,
don't
but
know.
it's not something that's going to be conducive with trying to actually capture stuff with active creatures that are trying to avoid you. They're going to know right where you're at. They're not going to normally come around because they don't know us. They're not like we're Richie and Wojo that's out there all the time. They don't have that trust and confidence with us. We don't have that interaction with them and stuff. So it's going to be a whole different ballgame.
But the possibility is higher than normal because you're with us.
Right.
And what Jay is saying is absolutely true. And I even have to introduce the people that I'm with a lot, new people. I'll be like, these are my friends. It's okay. And we've gotten plenty of activity. And we've had new people come out with us. Now, we didn't stay overnight, so I want to compare apples to apples. But when you see stuff like this in the woods, and
Right.
you're doing a thermal image, and you hear movement 20 to 30 feet from you. You are with newer people, Denny and Andy. They kind of know them a little bit, but not like Wojo and I. And then you put the thermal on it, and there's an image in the woods between the trees. That the possibility is still there because they trust Wojo and I. They
Right.
know they
You
know
have that
our
Sure.
scent. They know
Well
our
then,
scent.
well then,
you
maybe
have that
maybe a night,
rapport.
Right.
maybe a night where we spend the night and we run cameras all night, and then the other times we go out with you guys. I'm trying to, I want to experience it because, like
Right.
I said, I've hunted, I've done all that. Obviously, not at the uh with Jay living on a farm and whatever.
Right.
But I grew up. My dad was a hunter. My uncles were hunters. Like I grew up rabbit, pheasant, squirrel. Like I was in the woods. I
Right.
get that part of it. I understand that part of it. I never really went through Bigfoot research, but then walking in the water and seeing that shit, I'm like, God, like this is
There it
like I
is.
really want to. I want to be able to experience more. So
Yep.
I would think that being out in the woods
Yep.
and being a part of all that, you would be able to experience more. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
No, I'm not saying
Then
that you're wrong.
maybe
I'm saying
then
that
then
and
maybe one night we do that,
right. And
and the other
overnight
couple
would
of
be fine.
nights, and then another couple of nights we just continue to go out back and forth or whatever, and try to get some answers. But I
I'm
would like
not
to at least take one night and
but that's
hang
what I was
out
trying to
and
say. When
and and
that you're
see.
not wrong. It's just an overnight is a total different thing than setting up a base camp for extended time. Extended time thing is going to drive down your chances of having that experience. If you're just there for a night, then they're not used to not knowing that you're there. You could possibly have them walk up on you. You walk up on them. Absolutely 100% true. But the second, third night, they know you're there. They know you're sitting and everything else, and now they're going to avoid you. So an
Sure.
overnight's a
Go
whole
ahead,
different
Wojo.
thing than staying an extended period of time.
Handle
Well,
that.
don't
Okay.
Jason. Just remember that going out there, like, but for me and Richie, this is their home.
They live
So
here.
Sure.
they
Right.
live.
No, I understand
So
that. Yeah,
yeah,
I
because
understand that.
that's one thing we're learning. It is their home, and in time of our research, that's when started the gifting chair and giving the gifts and blessing it with
Tobacco.
with tobacco and things like that. We
Sure.
talk to them.
Yeah.
'Cause believe it or not, that because we've been reaching out to other
Absolutely,
resources
Dion.
around us to build this relationship because at the gifting chair says a lot. Okay, because
Oh,
I have rocks.
absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
got
I know.
two golf
I
balls.
understand that.
Yeah, so
What's your fucking
um,
point?
so the point is, I mean, you got to have to baby step what you're saying. I mean, just camping there, but
Beno said the same right there. Can you plan it and try it? Absolutely. There's
Right.
nobody in this
And
discussion that's not. We're just
Right.
throwing out possibilities and ideas and theories and have a discussion what would be the best plan of attack.
I am going to
when
tell
we do
you
plan
all
this.
something right now, and I'm going to call it at 100%. If you go out with us and we sit around wherever we choose till 2 a.m, say, you're going to have an experience.
oh
There
god,
is
yeah,
Right. Well,
zero doubt in my mind with our research area. I'm not saying any other
and
research area. We're here all the fucking time.
right.
They know when
And
we're
that's
coming in.
and I say that all the time with the Collingwood. I have a personal attachment with the Collingwood Arts Center,
Yep.
and I tell everybody, let's
Yep.
walk around with me, or let's just walk around. and we'll figure something out. Joe got his jump at the Collingwood Arts Center, walking around by himself. Just, hey man, just because he was like, oh, I'm gonna take my camera. I'm just gonna start walking around. I'm like, dude, walk around and ask questions.
Yep.
He had somebody come up behind him and say, and he was like, yep, I'm back in it.
Yep.
This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I am attached to this place to a fault. Honestly,
Yeah.
it sucks me in. And I
Me
would
too.
at one point in time, I'm actually going to do maybe a documentary about it, because it is it has become so much a part of my life that it's almost scary that it's become so much a part of my life. Like I need to be there. I need to talk to
Yep.
people. I need to interact with what's ever in the building. I need
Good question,
to
Cryptid.
to
Cryptid
to do
bits.
that kind of stuff. So,
Yep.
but I'm not the Bigfoot researcher. So, but hanging out and trying to get answers, I would love to do that. But I don't understand that that researcher part of it when it comes to
It's
the
different.
Bigfoot, that kind of stuff. So with Jay saying it and you guys saying it, I mean, I get it, I understand it,
Mhm.
but to me, I would be like, let's set up camp, let's do 3 or 4 days, let's set up tents, let's
Yep.
fucking do all this shit. And you guys are
Right.
like, no. I'm like, damn it, that
Well,
was gonna be fun.
but it comes to a
But
time and a point you got to know with this. This is different. This is I was a paranormal investigator, so
right,
and now I'm a researcher. Right. Some of my skill set from the paranormal world comes into Bigfooting. You know,
Absolutely.
mhm,
like validating things like that. I don't just shout out what I heard or what I see. I look over
right,
to Wojo and go, "What do you hear and what do you see?" So he can validate what I experienced. So
sure.
those types of things will mix in. So with this type of experience and like Cryptid's asking, I think the only one I think we got 290s already, Cryptids. It's Joe that we need to have an experience. What kind of experience, Joe, would you need to have to get to 90%?
90?
Yeah, would you need all right, so let me give you a list. Do you need a tree to get pushed about 20 feet from you and get snapped? Do you need something thrown at you through the woods? Do you need to get growled at 20
Oh,
to 40 feet away? Do you need
I'm
an
gonna be
image?
honest. If something gets thrown at me,
Oh yeah.
I'm there.
Well, okay, bro.
Um,
Then I'm gonna tell you something right now. I watch stuff come through the woods at me. I watch it, and I watched it one night, and I looked up like this, and it came at me, and it was this little round sphere, and it came and it hit a leaf, and it landed next to me about 10 feet from me, live on YouTube in front of everybody on the side, and we went to find out what the source was, and we go around the trees, and on the base of a tree there's this little X made, right? It's leaning up against the tree, right? Not 90%. I got you. But there's a pile of these things that look like blueberries. So I pick them up and I'm looking around for a blueberry bush. Well, Andy's there and he picks up. He goes, "No, Rich, those are grapes." And I said, "Bro, there's no grapes around here. What are you talking about?" So we go over, what, about 100 feet, 200 feet away, Woj? It
Benno.
was, and there's all these grapes,
Yep.
these vine of grapes going up these trees, and they're all stripped. And there's not one grape in that area that's tranced down, pushed down, smush marks in the mud, everything. And there's no grapes over there, nothing on the ground, hardly anything on the vines because they were getting thrown at us. And I watched one get thrown at us. And there's other things in there that you would see and experience that would probably get you to 90%. But when you get something thrown at you, it's different because they could hit you. They just didn't.
oh, exactly.
Right.
And that's what I think.
I want to camp out and experience that shit. You know what I mean?
Listen, man,
And
I think
I'm
you can go
7 minutes
day,
from there.
night, whatever. But
Yeah.
me personally about this question, I think it's a great question. I probably wouldn't answer one until you guys come out there, and I just like write it all down until the end of the investigation. It's like a checklist, and then I'll be like this: you, Palozzi's question right there, 90%. You tell him.
And I'm going to have to say, and you're going to have to be extremely open minded too,
Right.
because you can be skeptical. That's absolutely wonderful, and the best thing to be is always maintain some form of skepticism, so that way you don't believe everything. But you also have to be very open minded, because the woods, with your experience in the woods, it's going to be a completely different experience for you.
Yeah.
Completely different.
And what I'm gonna do before we go, anyways, is like sometimes like if it ain't just me and Wojo, if it's other people coming in,
I got a question.
I set my intentions. You know what I mean? Like I'll set my intentions. I'll do a little meditation. I'll set my intentions, and then when I go in there, you might think I'm nuts, but I'll talk. I'll talk to the woods, and I'll introduce you guys. These are my friends. They're safe. They care about your. They care about your.
I do it at the Collingwood every time
Same
I take
thing.
a.
And that's what
I
I'm
do it
saying.
at the Collingwood every time I take a new group through or
Yes.
whatever.
I got a question for Joe.
I introduce the people to the location or whatever. Hey, these are my friends. These are this is that. You can, feel free to interact with them. Feel free to whatever. I do the same thing.
Yep.
I've never really, other than like I said, what Jay and I've experienced and whatever. I am wanting to experience stuff in the woods, that kind of thing. So,
I got a question for Joe. If we get a chance to go up there to their area,
it's not an if.
I would bring along a jar of peanut butter and some zingers and whatever they like to put up the gifting chair. And I want to set you on a chair about 10 or 15 feet away from the gifting chair, alone, as long as you can't through the night, to see if something comes up while you're there and see what you experience.
Well, okay.
I love putting you in bad situations.
Now,
I love putting you
I understand your
We'll
thought
handcuff
process,
him to the
right?
chair.
They're gonna take little Joe off the gifting chair and be like, look, we got Yoda.
Get out of our spot, man.
Now,
that's right.
I understand that part of it, but and here I'm going to be open-minded. I don't think anything would come around.
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah, let me tell you a little something about that. You're going to hear such soft movement and subtlety type versions of this. And we've been bluff charged. We've been in the darkness, 30 feet from our face, in my backyard.
I would love that. I would fucking love that.
Dude, this thing went like that.
See, that would be enough for me. I would have probably peed a little.
I did.
And yeah, like
it's okay. It's okay to pee a little,
but
just a little.
But putting something out
and
then having someone
Joe
sit
at 90%.
Right oh, 100%. Yeah. Like
I don't think they would come though.
Yeah, exactly. I don't
know. Put it right where you're at. I don't want you right the chair.
Don't get me wrong. They are around. You'll hear them.
Yeah.
All the time.
But they won't come like, hey, Joe, what are you doing here? But I will say this, Joe.
Well, that's what I mean with the trail cams.
Since I've been with Rick on my first investigation, and that's over a year and a half, till now, I have not had one bad investigation. I've always got something. Every investigation, 100%. Guaranteed. Which is pretty damn high, which I'm shocked. But like I said, you go out in these woods, you know what? I'll tell you, you come with an open mind, believe me, it's gonna blow your mind, because we brought out other different friends like Andy and Denny, our friend Lisa, and I'll tell you from their experiences, I can't, they just look at us going, "Oh my God!" So
let me ask you this. So do you think that it's more of a interdimensional kind of being, or do you think that it's
flesh
here and it just camouflaged and just lives amongst us, but just camouflages itself with nature?
Has some of them evolved perhaps into some kind of friendship with aliens and things like that, or whatever the case might be? Anything is on the table. But with our research and what we have in front of us, and the fingerprints, as you saw, and the food that they eat and things like that, I go with flesh and blood, and that's where I'm at. Can the research evolve and bring me to another place? Sure, it can. It already has. But that part of it, I have not experienced that interdimensional type proof, right?
Have you guys seen in your area that you guys go out on your property? Have you seen more like habitats built over the course of time? And if so, have you guys tried to put out trail cams so you can capture what's being built on your
So-
property.
All right, so
Hey guys, it's been 3 hours into this. I'm gonna have to bounce out. I got a couple things.
I know.
do.
I'm gonna answer this question, and then we're gonna go out, get out of here too. But this is the letter A we found the other day. By the way, it's about 20 feet up in a tree.
And
20
that's fantastic. That's amazing.
Yeah, and
I mean, that's amazing.
That's
To answer your-
12 inches in diameter, by the way.
yeah. To answer your question, real quickly, we have areas that we call the college, the university, the high school, things like that, because it looks like it doesn't look like it. It is. All the trees are manipulated into different shapes. They're all
Gotcha.
broken, bent, things like that, and they keep growing. They keep growing and growing. So we think it's a combination of
Okay.
a deer trap and an educational spot. That's why I name them after schools. We think
Okay.
it's teaching the juveniles how to make 90s, how to make X's, how to trap the deer. And yes, we have a game camera in what's called the college right now.
Okay.
So, yeah,
That's
so
actually
And
that's
they
a great,
do
That's
great
cool.
follow the Native
And that's,
American
I mean, that's
folklore.
cool. So
I love it. It's absolutely. I just love it. Where's my structure folder? You son of a bitch.
Mountain bucks,
Cool.
it's
Well,
everywhere that the ecosystem is. That's where, we believe, water, food source. That's what they pick. And
right.
where they are, we don't know, but we know that the reports are like everywhere. All of New England, Ohio, New Jersey,
Ohio's the
Pennsylvania.
third largest state with sightings in it.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Ohio's no joke.
No,
Man.
cool. And we will definitely pick a long weekend and come
Especially
up
down
and
here in
hang
the
out with you
Appalachian
guys
area.
and do that.
Yeah,
And then
guys.
what we want you guys to do is then to come to us so that
Oh,
we
yeah.
can take you down by where Jay's at and we can run Jay's family land and all that, and we can do some
The biggest thing around where I'm at right now
some
is
searching
it's
too.
well known for over the years of dogman sighting.
Oh man. Okay.
I
I guess I'm headed that way, whether I like it or not. But yes.
Yep.
No,
We'll come out and see you guys, and then you guys come out and see us.
Yeah.
And we'll do a extended weekend out, and you guys do extended weekend back here, and we'll do a lot of fun stuff.
And we will figure all that stuff out. We're absolutely going to make that happen. It has to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
So the
for
suggestion I have is I'm 7 minutes from there. We can camp right out my backyard and get up and leave at any time of the night to go over there. You want to go out for a couple hours and go out there at 2 a.m. and wait a little while and see what happens? We can do that as well. We can mix
I'm down
up.
for it.
Yep, we can mix
I
it
want
up.
to put Judge a gifting tree and give him away. I mean, what?
Yeah. So this real quick. This is the top. This is the top of the A. The one on the left goes across.
Holy
now look at those sticks, dude. If that thing came straight down, it would smash those little old sticks.
Yep.
It's lodged in between them. It was picked up like this and then slid into place. It did not fall there. It's impossible to fall there. Look at the branches above it. They're sticking way out over it. That's manipulation with hands, folks.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's thumbs.
That's amazing.
I said it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
He's at
Joe's at 45%.
Awesome. Check it out. This has been an absolute kick-ass episode. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being so kind to us and open-minded and fun. And I just love it, man. We love Doc Realm TV. We want to get more involved with you guys. 100%. Thank you. And BD's, we're gonna get BD on here and get him next because I have a lot of questions to ask him. And I know Medicine Bear Claw will have a lot of questions. Those two will go back and forth, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That'll be pretty amazing. So you guys need to get over Doc Realm TV.
Where Bear lives
right now and subscribe.
Nice
at $4.99
job,
a month or $4.99 for the whole year. And it's not just us. You already see us. We're YouTube Live. You get that for free. I get it. But there's so many. It's a vast network. You need to go over and check out all the paranormal teams, the other Bigfoot teams, the other podcasts. Go check those guys out, man. 100%. All right, let's do this. So I want to thank you guys. I'll shoot you a message. I asked Denny where we could donate to Ella's Army. This is September. It is Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month. So please, let's all be aware. And absolutely.
I was
like I said earlier. We all want T-shirts. We all want to support Ella's Army, and we'll do the T-shirts. And then we'll also donate $100 towards whatever they've got going on. So if somebody can send me a link so I can get some T-shirts, and then donate as well, we'll definitely do that from Dark Realm TV. We're always trying to give back. So, and it's such a
Cool
I'm gonna
thing
get
you did.
emotional,
Love
so
it,
I'm
man.
not even gonna.
It-
It's a very cool thing, and we support that 100%. So
Thank you so much, man. And Denny, we're blessed to have you in our lives, and I know, and you know, and Wojo knows now that our children are together,
Yep.
and they're watching out for each other, and they brought you to us, and us to you, and that's a blessing, man. Thank you so much. So, Ella, we got you, baby girl,
absolutely.
and baby Jack, Daddy loves you, and I love you too, Mama. So catch me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Next week we have from Red Dirt Cryptids back again for the first time in over a year, by the way. Brian Terrell, baby. I am fired up to sit with him, dude. He's an same type of mentality, an open-minded researcher. Doesn't shit on nobody. Shares his information. Not a gatekeeper. Awesome dude. So catch us then and watch for those YouTube lives in the woods, man. 80,000 people have tuned into that in less than a
Fuck
month.
yeah.
Where are you
Yes.
at? Wake up. This is
Right.
awesome. And by the way, Joe, not only did he grow 3 inches since being on the show, he's now at 45%. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
No goat nuts to it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Go nut.
And his beard that took about a year. It's getting thicker now after getting to hear about our stories out in the woods.
Yeah.
He's a sexy
Right.
motherfucker.
He
What's up?
is. He's a handsome dude.
I got to catch up.
Right, Benno?
We're
Benno's
So,
we're
all
gonna
awesome.
Let's thank
we're gonna
everybody
do
on the
we're gonna
side.
do a lot of filming with you guys too, man. It's gonna be a lot
Hopefully
of
things
fucking
get
fun.
worked out soon.
Dude, we are a
gonna be a
good
lot of
time,
fun.
and we look great with no pants on. Let's go!
What?
Everybody on the side, thank you so much. You guys were I love that they were so talkative. Great questions, great attitudes, great people. They're part of the big Banter Richie B family. And I'm just going to say this. Wojo, get us out of here because that's what you do.
Oh, thank you. Thank you all for being on here and Dark Brown TV, which broke our record, by the way, over 3 hours and 5 minutes.
Broken!
Remember, because that's why we are home of the boom.
Let's go!